We're 15
Oh,
minutes
I
after.
started. I'm good.
Oh,
We're
shit.
already on
Well,
5 seconds.
oh, shit. Well, I got you beat. We're at 8, 9.
Wait, we're at the same. We're at the
Oh my
same. What the
God,
fuck?
are you serious?
I got you, bitch.
You were
okay.
saying the numbers right when mine were changing to those numbers.
Bro.
Jade, save the heat for when we're a little bit further into the podcast. Right now, I got to
At like
do the
the
intro.
75%, 90% area.
We are never gonna have a podcast where you just start with the intro, are we?
I
No.
tried. Listen, for the first 5, I tried, and then I got the hint. It's never gonna work.
As long as I'm here, it's never gonna
You didn't
happen.
even do the intro for like 20 minutes on like the 5th one.
You're right.
Mhm.
Boom! Impulse. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, ethos of the internet and those faces in the future, to the Impulse Squared podcast. What are we numbered? What are we numbered? We're. This is the 8th podcast.
Yeah,
We
wait,
did it.
is it?
We're 2 months.
We're 2 months old.
Did I? Uh-oh, I didn't change the fucking episode
Next week,
number
we're old
like
enough
an
to
idiot.
drink.
Ah,
Be old enough to drink next week.
episode
I
8.
don't know. I don't know. Listen, 2 months in a week is a good time to introduce someone to whiskey. Just a drop, but like still, give them a taste for it.
Alcoholic, you uncultured swine.
But next week, I'll be having a beer. This week, we're going to be doing something a little bit differently. Joining me today is not Phil. Phil has unfortunately had an accident where, just like last week, it was the exact same thing, only this time he is missing his pelvis. His
He
pelvis
turned
was
into an American
violently-
ginger. I am
he,
Phil.
his pelvis, he was taking a trip to the zoo and ran into an elephant that had somehow removed his pelvis from his body, leaving behind no trace of an entry wound whatsoever, nor an exit one.
What the
And
fuck?
yeah, Phil was just no pelvis. And then Gypsy is not here right now. She has she has fallen ill with a disease that turns her hair inside out. Doctors don't know what's going on, but they're pretty sure they're going to name the disease after her. It's the
I
first
should
wait,
think of the
wait.
excuses you use when I'm not here.
time.
Did she get her face back?
Oh my god.
Oh, I actually don't know. Doctors don't know as to whether, because so she possibly doesn't have a face, but her hair is right now inside out. I don't
So
know what
she
that
could
means.
have no
That's
face
what I
and
was
inside out hair?
told. Yeah.
That's tragic.
Okay, you two are just talking out of your asses now.
But joined with me today, down below, kaboom! Introduce yourself, please.
Hey guys, it's Kayla or Lady Stormwind in the Discord and here in the Twitch chat. I am the UX designer here at Impulse, so most of my stuff is behind the scenes.
No, Kayla is actually very instrumental to the operation of Impulse Squared. She is the rock that makes sure that Phil and I do not implode upon each other with
In some chaotic lump, yeah. Mhm.
yeah, it's in some weird amalgamation of anger and hatred,
Numero uno babysitter.
right?
Yeah,
And then
essentially.
yeah, right. And then to my side over there, go ahead, plug your shit.
Bored to Entertain
Okay,
is
cool.
my name.
Today
and
we're talking about
you'll find me in the description if you ever look at it.
Jesus Christ.
Go ahead, keep introducing yourself, Jade. Go on.
I am the Bored to Entertain, Big Frosty, or Jaden. You can call me by any of the whatevers, yeah. You'll find me somewhere. Where can you find me? Yeah, whatever. You know what? I'm done talking.
Make me drive down
You know
to the
what? You know what?
Springs.
I
Don't
have a
make
lighter
me.
on the go and you don't.
You
Fuck.
forget I
Oh
smoke
my
cigarettes?
lord.
Go on, man.
See, I'm cooler because I have a torch.
Congratulations.
Oh my
You're
god.
jealous you don't have a torch.
So whenever I encountered like a shit talking kid on like I don't know, some FPS or whatever, it's like this day and age, I just revert, like devolve back to like a childlike state. So whenever they like try to talk shit and they say something, I'm just like just
Wait.
repeat their shit back to them.
Did you
How
play
old
Call
are
of
you?
Duty? Did you play Call of Duty on the Xbox?
No.
Or okay, I was gonna say I could have been one of
Well,
those
I
kids.
did. Well, no, I wasn't like that back then. But back when I was playing Modern Warfare 2 and 3, I was on the Xbox, and since then I've been PC.
Okay, I was on my Xbox. I was the hard on fucking
You
Black
said hard
Ops 2. Shut the fuck up. You're more of a child than I am.
It's true. It's true. Also, I'm really short, so it fits.
Really,
That's why I have a longer beard.
Congratulations. We're going to be talking about a number of things today. I went ahead and threw in some extra stuff because we don't have Phil here to pad things out with nonsensical bits.
Oh, please. It's not just Phil who does it and you know it.
Well, it's true. It's true. I do it too, but I don't go on and on. I move on when the joke is fucking done. We're talking today about a video game bays, and if you've ever or not crushed on a cluster of pixels, and I don't know why I wrote and why, but it's there. So video game crushes, and if we're of sane mind, we're going to talk about how ridiculous those are. Nice, Jaden. We're also going to talk about walkthroughs, our experience with walkthroughs in our youths and playing video games there before the era of Let's Plays and video guides and whatnot. I don't know I know exactly how to do that. We're also going to peel back the curtain back a little bit on content creation. We visited this topic earlier, but I feel like there's more that we can discuss now that we've got a little more experience in that regard. And it's not just about the presentation, the kind of Twitch stuff that Jade and I do, but we're also going to talk a little bit about what goes on in the background of creating that content as far back as game design. So Kayla, you can feel free to pitch in on that level. I didn't want to leave you out, so I was like, you know what? Let's draw the curtain all the way back.
All right.
Tolly from Mass Effect.
Yeah, that was totally your idea, Jake.
Foe Smasher, that is a good pick. Tolly is not a bad pick. I've seen the memes. We're also going to talk about. I wrote tier list, but we're not doing a tier list. That's cringe. But we're also going to talk about our favorite weapons to use in video games, and we could talk about weapons to use across different genres. So, for example, if we play Call of Duty and talk about rifles, whatever. If we play something from the future, we could talk about different laser guns we've used, or even Star Wars. We would talk about lightsabers or vibra swords, or we could go way back in the past, talk about using swords or bows or axes or whatever. The world is our oyster in that regard. There's a little callback to Jayden over there.
No, we're not going back to that.
We're going back to that. And then
we're going to finish that edit.
And then we're going to be a little humble a little bit. I'm saying little way too much. Also, holy shit, my schnoz is a beak. I'm surprised I can. Lord.
Okay.
So whenever I say I can smell bullshit, it's like I'm probably the only one who can.
You're like the Pink Panther, the little dude that has like the giant nose?
Yep.
Yeah, that's you.
You mean Cousteau?
I don't know his name.
Jacques Cousteau.
Yeah, he's French.
The big nose guy.
Yeah,
yes.
the funniest French character that's ever existed. Oh. Inspector, not detective. Shit, I fucked it. I've seen the films though. Pretty good. We're also going to humble ourselves a little bit and talk about the games or game elements that we are just not good at. And probably even why we think that is.
That's a long list.
And well, we don't have Phil here. I can go through these one at a time, and nobody needs to memorize these except for me. Best and worst fictional worlds to live in. So we can talk about like living in, the Star Wars universe, for example. That'd be a pretty good one to live in. I'm sure they have cures for like the common cold and other debilitating diseases that you wouldn't have in another universe, such as the one featured.
I'm gonna reserve that conversation for when we get there because.
Yep. Versus like a horrible place to live, like in anywhere in The Witcher, because nobody makes it past 40 or something. If you don't know how to fight. And then bring it back to the classics with our best arcade experience. I've also written down a list of nonsensical things per the norm. And we're going to try to figure those out. Roses are red, violets are blue. I can't poem, so here's a microwave.
Why not wait until later to talk about the...
I'm going to talk about the rest later. And then I have an exit question I normally save to the end. Y'all watching in, I hope you enjoyed this experience. Welcome to the CasterSquared podcast. Go ahead and let us know what you think as we go along these different topics. I want to know. Right, so first things first. Video game bays. Crushing on a cluster of pixels. And I'm going to go with the alternative route. Why the fuck? Just why the fuck?
Are you saying you've never crushed on?
Oh yeah, no, why not? I was freaking 11. I know about freaking Lara Croft Tomb Raider shit.
crushing pics. The only thing I can think of about
Or
that
mouse
is
and
like,
triangle boobs. Let's go. Kayla looks.
I mean, shit.
She wanted to pressure me on that, and I'm just like, here you go. Here's the worst material you could have asked for. I hate it, but I have a huge crush on Jinx from League of Legends for years. Grimchi, you play League of Legends. We're not friends anymore.
I have dubbed League of Legends as the pack of cigarettes of gaming. When you start, you cannot stop, and it's horrible for you.
Yeah, no, yeah, I had a younger brother who would play that, and it was oh shit, out of myself. Yeah, you
Am
did.
I wrong?
You're not wrong. Well, kinda. I think you are. I've tried a number of MOBAs, never League, but a number of League-like games, and I booked out of them. Jaden, video game chicks. You think they're hot?
Yes.
Which one would you phone? If your answer is yes, good pick. Yeah, you gotta start thinking about your answer too.
I already have my answer.
Oh. Can't be Kratos from God of War. Cannot be Kratos.
No, it wasn't going to be Kratos.
Can't be Master Chief.
No, it wasn't going to be Master Chief either.
Hey, that was my one.
Can't be Qui-Gon Jinn.
No, Qui-Gon Jinn doesn't really show up in video games, so that doesn't count. So
true.
Go fuck yourself.
Okay. Jaden, you got something.
Okay,
come on, man.
So Judy Nails from the Guitar Hero series, baddie.
Okay.
Also I forgot her name, but the Japanese chick from Guitar Hero, also baddie. What else is there? I'm like brain shitting right now.
How are you? I gave you these
Princess Peach, baddie. Actually, pretty much all of the princesses from the Mario games, baddies. Who else? Let me think. There was one that I had that was big brain, but I forgot what it was. Fucking Claire Redfield from Resident Evil, baddie. Sherry Birkin in Resident Evil 6.
This is never gonna end.
6.
Jaden, you get one more. You get one more, Jaden.
Okay, I got 5. Sherry from Resident Evil 6 is a baddie. Okay, what's another good one?
Let's just go through all of them.
Alex from Minecraft, baddie. There we go.
Who?
6.
Hold on, I gotta look this
wait,
up.
Wait. The literal like pixel block person that has like no distinguishable like features as a woman.
Yes.
Literally
yes.
just a stack of blocks.
Female Steve is who I'm talking about. Yes.
I have my answer. Ellie from Borderlands 2.
Never mind. I'm not gonna say what.
Do you want me to send you a picture, Jane?
I'll just sure. Yeah. Yeah.
No, you don't want. Okay, that was a bit of a meme answer. Kayla, go ahead.
My list is much shorter than Jaden's.
Oh, yeah, I would imagine.
So, Cartho Nassi from KOTOR.
Understandable.
And Kaden Alenko from Mass Effect.
Also understand. Oh, damn. Okay.
Bonus points. They're voiced by the same guy.
Really?
Yes, they're both.
I actually didn't know that. Holy shit. Yes. Fuck, I actually didn't know that. That's pretty cool. Dude, I always get surprised learning things about voice actors because it's like they do, like, there's always like one person that's in like everything or something that I've ever loved.
Let's be honest, no, let's be honest. Caden is basically just the Mass Effect version of Karth. That's literally
true.
The way he's written.
That's true. So I want to look up more characters that the dude's voice acted because maybe he's typecasted and I haven't realized it yet.
He's done more than just voice acting. He's also done, like ABC's Once Upon a Time. He played Jiminy Cricket. He's shown up in minor roles in like CSI Miami. Yeah, I don't know if he really gets typecast that much anymore.
Damn.
But it also doesn't hurt that, KOTOR and Mass Effect come out of the same studio.
Well, yeah, that's true. That's fair. I love how studios will refer to like tried and true voice actors that they've worked with before because
think of the crossover.
Job security. That's job security for the voice actors.
Yeah, just between KOTOR and Mass Effect, you also have Jennifer Hales, Bastila Shan, and FemShep.
Yep.
She's super nice, by the way.
Yeah, no, I love that. It also creates some sort of like meme opportunities. It's like if a studio just wants to put something out that's like sort of, just a joke. Like, here's a bit of content, we put it together, enjoy, be entertained, all the good stuff. Like TF2 did with their, Meet X character or something like that. What they could do is end up making some sort of like video, like crossover interpretation of like one character voiced by a voice actor meets another character voiced by the same person.
Oh God.
I think there's like endless opportunity for that.
I really enjoy how
yeah,
you motherfucker. I really enjoy how a lot of like voices that you hear in a lot of games and shit are also voice actors for like dubbed anime and stuff. Fun fact, Leon from the like Resident Evil 6 and I think 4 and some of the animated movies is Levi from fucking Attack on Titan.
No.
Which is Matt Mercer.
Yes. Huh?
Isn't that Matt Mercer?
I think so, yeah.
I remember right. Yeah, Levi's voiced by Matt Mercer in the dub.
So, bro, I literally, that's the one thing that held me on to like continue watching that show, because I think I liked Attack on Titan, but I like animes that are not as serious all the time, But like that was just like serious. Every time I heard his voice, I was just like, yes.
I get super annoyed with anime, and like, because I don't really set out to watch it anymore. If I watch anime, it's because my wife has it on the TV you see back here. But I don't like, because half the time, non-serious stuff is happening, either slice of life or, silly moments. They feature some like, some chick with like a really high-pitched voice, and it's just, it's nails on my brain's chalkboard, and it gets me every time. And every time I hear it, I'm just like, chill the fuck out. What made them think that this was A, good to produce, and B, not going to be a headache for every adult listening?
They should have us voice act like the female anime characters.
FLCL is the best anime. It is my only exception. FLCL is the shit.
I do actually have a friend who's a voice actor for anime dubs and now video games, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you want to tell us more, or are you just going to leave it at that?
We need to know.
He's a buddy of mine from high school. He's like a couple years into his career now, but yeah, no, my friend Chris.
Is it Matt Mercer? No, I'm just kidding.
no, his name's Chris Long. Let me see if I can pull up some of the things that he's done.
Right. Is this a Matt Mercer appreciation episode?
If he needs a partner for voice acting, just saying. Like,
he's in Texas, but let's see. I mean, oh yeah, he's super excited because he just got his first voice acting in game role, so he's gonna actually have he's gonna play Kenji or Kazumichi in Genshin, the Genshin video game.
Really?
Well, small.
That's actually crazy. Well, I mean, what the fuck? No way.
Yeah, he's done voices for Fairy Tail and Fire Force.
Nice.
He was in Ace Attorney.
That's fucking
recently.
nuts.
Yeah,
Ace
and he
Attorney,
was also
that's a big one.
He was in Dragon Ball Super.
Was he?
Mm-hmm.
That's so fucking cool.
That's some fucking
big shout out to Chris.
I mean, those are all long. Those are all his credits right now, but yeah.
That's awesome.
And on occasion he streams here on Twitch playing video games.
That's cool as fuck.
Also, speaking about Genshin, Rosaria, baddie. That's 7.
Stop.
Rosaria. There's a lot of Genshin characters that are
Rosaria. Grimchi agrees with you.
But Rosaria is fucking number 1. Fucking 1.
Yeah. You can check him out. That's his Twitch handle.
Longtime Dragon. Shout out twitch.tv/longtime dragon. Fucking show him some love.
Yeah.
Hottest nun ever. Okay.
Actually.
Well, I say that, and then I just immediately think of like really old nuns, and I'm just like, I was about to say there's no such thing as a not hot nun, and I was like, wait a second. They get old. Sorry, I had to drink a coffee. No.
Oh wait, I can't.
I mean, if we had Phil here for this question, the list would not have an end.
I'm kind of glad we didn't present this question to Phil, actually, and we're not going to revisit this topic in the future, please.
Wait, which question? I forgot.
The amount of times that Phil and I have watched TV and he's gone, would tap when a woman walks on screen.
Oh, I know. Oh, I know. I actually like whenever he and I hang out, there are a few times, we just hang out. We're not streaming, not recording, not doing anything, not talking business, whatever. And we come across a female character. He's like, half the time, yeah, I can confirm. He does say wood tap. And it's actually kind of annoying because I'm like, dude, make the money. Fuck the bitches
later. I feel Phil on that one.
You're holding
hilarious.
me back. Come on.
Phil, keep doing what you're doing.
Shut up, Jaden. He doesn't need the encouragement. I promise that.
Oh my god, dude.
So we're gonna get off this topic before my wife hears me from the living room.
And before I get to number 8.
Yes, no, because throughout this whole podcast, you're gonna keep like, oh, number 10, number 11, number 12.
Yeah, I'm gonna see how many I can get to by the end.
Sake.
Christ.
You need like a counter up on some side of the screen, just to be like,
oh yeah, no, I'll do that in post.
Jaden's baddie counter.
He's telling on himself for how young he is by keep calling them baddies.
Dude, I'm like 19, okay?
Marjorie from Guild Wars 2 needs to be on that list. I will disagree with you, Grinchy, only because I am sick and tired of hearing Marjorie's voice. I am sick and tired of hearing that monotoned individual. Fuck. Dem's fighting words? Fight me, bro. I've been doing PvP lately. I know how it goes now. Walkthroughs. Before Let's Plays were a thing, before video guides were a thing, we had to look on a website called, well, I mean, there was a number of them, but my favorite was Game Facts, FAQs.
Yeah.
I remember that, particularly,
Frequently asked questions.
Yes, but pronounced Game Facts, everybody knows what they're saying. Everybody knows what the fuck I'm talking about if they're old enough.
I was about to say, you're assuming a lot there.
Yeah, I know. Jaden, you might not know, but this is a website you had to look up to if you were stuck on a level or something.
Still exists.
You had to search by game, by level, sometimes by title if it was a whole franchise, a whole series of games by the same title.
Jake, I know my brain's small, right?
I'm not calling it small. I'm calling you young.
I understand. I know what a walkthrough is. I understand.
We're gonna go ahead and skip this topic because fuck Jaden.
You guys can still talk about it. Just because I never used it doesn't mean like.
I was gonna want to talk on like what levels.
I know the books.
Us here from and go ahead if y'all did this at home in your youths, let us know. Let us know because I want to know what levels y'all were caught on too. I don't remember which level it was, but one of the levels on a Conker's Bad Fur Day had me stuck in a room for like 2 hours before I lost patience. I was like, I can't figure this out. Game Facts, let me know.
Mm-hmm.
Conker's Bad Fur Day was a relatively simple game. I should not have been stuck, but of course, like take how dumb I am now and then regress my age by a lot.
No, I mean, there are definitely times playing like Nancy Drew games that have to go to Game Facts because I'd be like, I have no idea where I am supposed to go now. I have done everything I could think of, and I am in circles.
Oh my god, I actually know one. Holy fuck.
Well, how much do you think poor subpar game design from really any sort of element contributed to the necessity of there being a walkthrough?
It's not so much that it's the game design. Sometimes it's the UX more than anything. I mean, as recent research I did will tell me, in the case of Nancy Drew, most people play the same way. They click every fucking thing on a screen, right?
Right.
Because that's the easiest thing to do. They click everything, or they wait and they'll hover their mouse over like every single pixel until a red magnifying glass shows up. Because then they know, oh, that's a clue I can click on. Chaos Beast. But sometimes, it's in a corner that you just haven't thought about, or it's a conversation option that you just didn't choose. And unfortunately, as the games go on, it gets a little bit better because then there's, there starts to be task lists that you can actually physically check off. So the character, you'll actually get feedback if you try to check off something that's not done, so that you actually, what you're missing, and you can look for hints and stuff as necessary. So it just kind of, there's a fine line when it comes to game design and game UX where, you don't want to give them the answer because then that takes away from the game.
Especially,
but you also, or any game that's a point and click adventure. Like I'm working through Frogware's Sherlock Holmes Chapter 1 right now, and there's times where I get stuck because it's like, oh, I'm missing something and I cannot see it for the life of me.
Shout out to
And
King's Quest. You never played it, Jaden. Shut up.
so, you know, it's a fine line between, well, we don't really want to show it to you outright, and, well, how difficult do we want this to be?
Right.
So,
well, I don't know.
It's a hard thing to quantify.
Well, part A, I don't know sort of the technicalities behind that. You know, I've always been a game. I've never really made anything that anyone was really meant to interact with, much less something as in depth as a video game. But I do
You're gonna
know.
learn, Jake.
Yeah, I do. Well, I'm gonna have to. I know it sucks. I'm actually gonna have to be involved with something. Fuck me.
Work? No.
I'm saying facetiously because I know in everything that CasterSquared has ever done, ever that anybody outside of CasterSquared has seen has had my face on it. So I'm being facetious, of course, and I use the word facetious specifically because it has the word face in it. A little fun meta joke there. There's the reaction I wanted.
You're really making me do spelling bees in my head now, Jake, because I just sit there and spell it out and then was like,
Yeah, I get it. I'm not laughing, but I get it. Aquatine Force reference. I forgot where I was going with that train of thought, but yeah. Right. Okay. So I haven't actually designed anything like that, but I imagine it is a very careful balancing act because it varies by game genre and not only the genre, but like the style of game, like point and click and all that stuff. It varies as to how much you want to give out, or you end up risking either not giving enough and contributing to the necessity of walkthroughs, or you end up like holding their hand. It is just not fun.
Well, yeah, I mean, and that's also the beauty of, you know, doing things like alpha beta testing or any sort of user testing. It's just that you can start catching those things. I mean, game UX as a whole might be still very much in its infancy, but the idea of testing to make sure things aren't too hard or too easy, you know, that's kind of the foundation of beta testing and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, and it's kind of difficult.
Even early access nowadays is along those lines. It's just one long extended beta test.
Well, I mean, you say that, but then people participate in the betas, and then the developers, the development team, or the company, or the shareholders, or whoever the powers that be, just doesn't listen when the player says that there's a problem, and then you get SATOR 7.0.
Well, that's just it, Jake. Is that also heavily relies nowadays, especially if you're talking about SATOR 7.0. That comes down to UX. Most, like I said, it's in its infancy, and like these past few weeks, I've gotten to talk to a lot of game UX designers and researchers, which has been super cool. Like last week, I got to talk to Jordan DeVries, who's the lead UX designer for Respawn's Jedi Fallen Order series.
Really?
Oh, that was cool. It was very cool.
Awesome.
But,
I'm jealous. I'm jealous. I wouldn't know what to talk about, but like I'm jealous.
But because it's so in its infancy right now. So, they don't necessarily always know how to listen. And while EA as a whole, because I've talked to, a couple people at Respawn, which is a subsidiary of EA. I've talked to a guy at Maxis, for The Sims, which again is still EA.
Mm-hmm. EA's everywhere.
They have, but they've got some pretty fleshed out, research and design teams, but on a project as old as SWTOR, where they may not be funneling as much money anymore, they may not have those resources. Plus, as we know, when it comes to the Old Republic, any of the Old Republic games and EA, there are always deadlines that get pushed, and so shit doesn't happen the way it's supposed to.
Yep.
So it's a balancing act between, sometimes the money, also the time that they have left to fix things, because I understand that the story is really not long enough. I haven't played it, obviously, but I know that the story for 7.0 is not long enough, and it's not all that fleshed out compared to things like, Code Fiend, Cotet, and even Shadow of Revan, as much as people hated Shadow of Revan.
Eternal Throne was really good, though. I like that.
Well, right. I mean, Cotet. Well, yeah. I mean, the whole Zakul arc was great, but
did make sense if you were on 4C, but whatever.
What?
Did make sense if you were a bounty hunter, but right.
Well, yeah. I mean, there's no way that it fully perfectly works. They kind of have to go with the majority because of how many classes there are. But
stop playing Force characters.
Yeah, or else
See?
you're gonna get fucking burned.
It doesn't make you any less lame. I'm kidding.
I have no involvement in this. I just burn things.
But mainly, I was gonna say it's just like they probably didn't have the time that they were really supposed to have for this. I know that a few years back there was talk about things like SWTOR 2 at some point. Because we are kind of getting to the end of SWTOR's time. Let's be honest.
Right,
we just hit 10th anniversary, and player base is falling off.
Big time.
Oh yeah, I mean, I know that PvP and PvE, guilds are still pretty strong, but things like RP guilds, which were huge back in the day, they're practically non-existent nowadays.
Oh yeah, they're gone. They're gone. People.
So
moved on.
it's starting to drop off. It's starting to drop off. Especially with things like SWTOR's economy is in the shitter, and
oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's very limited compared to things like, despite how ill-fated it started, ESO. ESO has better customization options than SWTOR does. Most MMOs nowadays, your customization is a lot better, which is something a lot of players like, because let's be honest, how much time do we all spend making a new character and making sure that they look just right?
And even at the end game, when you hit max level, it's like, okay, now I have to design something else about this character.
And even BioWare even acknowledged that when they released the new Mass Effect Legacy Edition, where they added more customization options in the very beginning for players. So
I haven't played Mass Effect, any of them.
Me
my
neither.
god, this is a travesty, both of you.
I was too busy playing Halo, Call of Duty, and fucking Guitar Hero.
I mean, Mass Effect, and particularly Mass Effect 2, are considered some of the best games of the early, like the 2000s, 2010s. So
I miss my shot.
They should be on your list.
They
especially now that Legacy Edition's out, Jake, you really haven't missed it, because now everything's got updated graphics and much better UI. Like they took their time and listened to what the player base had said about things like the original Mass Effect UI, about the customization options and everything, so that the experience, it was improved. I mean, BioWare does listen when they can, and plus it's not unlike the Dragon Age series, where you can continue to bring your saves on through the entire trilogy.
That's so cool.
So
I've never heard of that. That's dope.
Decisions you made in Mass Effect 1 can affect your Mass Effect 3 play.
What the fuck?
Jaden, we have a new list in the game.
Oh my god, dude.
We got
something
else.
Decisions you make in Mass Effect 1, they're not that small actually, but decisions you make in Mass Effect 1 can affect 2 and 3.
We're gonna fuck shit up, dude.
Oh yeah, everything's dead.
Plus, Legacy Edition is literally 3 games and all but 2 of the original DLC for a pretty reasonable price. So
I hear ya.
Yeah, the only thing it doesn't the only thing it doesn't have is the multiplayer component,
which is fine.
Yeah, at some point I think it's on the table, but I mean, it all depends on time and interest, and because going back to the original point about quality and content dropping off. Yeah, it's partially the stakeholders and saying, well, we need to get this out to continue generating interest and continue to, collect subscriptions in the case of SWTOR, or to continue to gain revenue, like Cyberpunk got pushed forward so many times and then pushed back and then pushed forward and pushed back, or KOTOR 2 or Mass Effect Andromeda, So part of it is, sometimes it's stakeholders, sometimes it's, is there feedback? A lack of. Also depends on things like when it was made and what studio made it. So there's lots of factors in terms of what can fuck up a game.
Oh yeah. So who else had to go through a walkthrough for something?
Okay, I did not have to go through a walkthrough. I didn't have to go through a walkthrough, but I had to look up a thing on YouTube to figure out what was how to finish it. Fucking Resident Evil 1. It was Resident Evil 1, the remastered edition, and this is actually on the YouTube channel still, But the fucking dog whistle. the goddamn dog whistle shit that you need to get on fucking it's like a puzzle, and you have to like get these dogs away from this area so you don't die or something like that, or something like that. You need to do something with the dog whistle to like attract dogs somewhere, and I could not fucking find it for the life of me, and I didn't know that it was even a step, and it just like randomly like I don't know. I was so fucking confused, bro. And like that, the one thing about Resident Evil 1 that I didn't really care for, but like also it does give its charm for being like a Resident Evil styled game, is the fact that the puzzles were actually kind of difficult and you need to actually use your brain. And my brain was like completely melted by how many fucking door cutscenes I had to go through. But
right.
the door, oh my god, dude. I'm so glad that they remade Resident Evil 2 and 3, even though they're like, I mean, Resident Evil 2, I think the remake on that was
dope.
fucking amazing, bro. I loved it.
I'm
Resident Evil
with
3
you.
had its problems, but I did really enjoy it. And I was glad that I didn't have to worry about puzzles as much in that game, because you could just go straight through. I mean, the game was fairly short, but like it was like a good for YouTube recording type of game. You know what I mean? You just play through it, and then when you're done, it's like, okay, cool, awesome. This is like a few episodes long. That's nice. But Resident Evil 1, bro, the first playthrough I did on that was like, I think 13 hours, and like 90% of it was door cutscenes, and I was just like, oh, God, that game was something else. I need to watch the movie that they just came out with. I don't know, I think it already released, but I could be wrong. But it goes through like the first 3 games, but it's a movie and it's live action. So hopefully it's not dog shit. They don't have Alice in it, so there's a chance. There's a chance, okay? Let me be hopeful. There's no way they can make it worse than Resident Evil Vendetta, all right? Stop fucking staring at me. But yeah, that dog whistle shit was fucking dumb, man. It was so bad.
Yeah.
Going back and forth in that game is like the actual worst thing in the planet. But
talk about Resident Evil 1.
I know. I heard that before.
Right. Yeah. I'd forgotten where he left off. Where he was talking about when you left off. I was just sitting here waiting, like, when is Kayla back? Why do
have you guys played the Resident Evil 1
I'm so fucking bored of Resident Evil.
I have
Holy
not
shit.
played Resident Evil at all. I've watched, some playthroughs of different games, but
I played 0.
Horror genre is something that takes a lot of effort for me to get into.
I love Resident Evil, but there's a part of me that fucking hates some of the things that they decided to do, and that dog whistle is one of them, even though that was my own brain. That, oh my god!
There's really only one horror genre game that I've gotten into.
One of the devs from oh, sorry, my bad.
To answer your question, Jake, Bioshock.
Oh, of course. Yeah, it's Phasmophobia for me.
I mean, I play Phasmo, but Bioshock has more substance, I'd say.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, no. Phasmo is basically like the FPS of horror in that it's non-committal. And yeah, I've spoken before about how I love non-committal style games. I could just hop in a lobby, play a couple rounds, and then call it good. The boy Grimshy says Silent Hill for sure for me. Also really into Five Nights at Freddy. Jaden, you got any thoughts?
Wait, what did they say about Five Nights at Freddy's?
That's what he thinks.
I'm really into it.
oh yeah,
that is pretty alright, I guess. But like I love Phasmophobia because it's non-committal and it's probably the only horror game.
See, I'm an RPG player.
It's also that it's no game of Phasmophobia is the exact same, which I really love.
I mean, fair. I mean, that's not unlike portions of We Happy Few. I mean, it's not committal, but basically, like outside of the last stage and the very beginning stage, every time that you die, the map rewrites itself.
Nice.
Oh shit.
Because the idea is that it's supposed to be you forgot what the map was because you took too many drugs. So you took too much joy.
Oh my god.
too much joy. I'm gonna say that.
That's literally what. But you never. Oh, have you never heard of We Happy Few, Jake?
I have, but I haven't heard that turn of phrase.
So joy. Well, so joy is the pills that you take.
Oh,
Literally, what it's supposed to do is it makes you perpetually happy, and you can't remember any.
I thought you were just calling drugs
life.
joy and being funny. I was like,
No,
that's
no,
cool.
no. Well, no, they literally call the drug joy.
That's funny. That's funny.
Comes in different flavors.
I was about ready to leave the podcast and go tell my wife like the kind of funny you just came up with, and then now it's
Sorry.
One of the devs from Dogwood said we can make it worse. Winky face, responding to the whole dog whistle thing that I was talking about.
Oh God,
don't
no,
do that. Please don't do that.
That's the
Guys,
point, though. It's Resident
Don't put me
Evil.
through hell.
guys, you lads at you absolute chaps at Dogwood, we love you. But if you give us some like, if we gotta,
Don't make us
Don't
spend hours
depress
on
us.
finding. Yeah.
don't depress us, like please.
If there's a fucking dog whistle in that goddamn game, I'm gonna rage quit. Maybe, I don't know. I'm gonna do bad
I'm
things.
gonna have to pick up where he left off.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've kind of dipped into this a little bit with the walkthrough, and when I had asked Kayla like what could contribute to walkthroughs in terms of game design. But we're gonna peel the curtain back a little bit on content creation and address content creation as a whole. All forms of it, from making the game to the packaging, like what Jaden and I do, and not just the presentation. Again, what Jaden and I do. So that way Kayla doesn't feel left out. Well, I don't want to leave anyone out because that's something
I
a
appreciate
few
that.
like in prior podcasts I'd bring up a topic
Right.
and I'd be like, well, I'm just leaving, like, for example, I'm leaving Gypsy out of like 2 or 3 of these, and that's not fair. So I'm trying to rectify that, and
I
that's
mean, and you know,
actually really compressing my my list of available
hopefully
topics.
soon here, Jaden will also be involved on the game design level.
Yeah, true.
I am a little bit. I do know some
Yeah.
things, but a lot of it is self-taught, and
Well, yeah, I mean, we all are at this point.
yeah, it's just YouTube
got nothing.
tutorials on Unity
Food.
and Blender that I really went ham with. The one thing that I am really happy about when it comes to the whole game designing thing is the Siren Head build that I almost finished. That shit was fucking awesome. That was like, I didn't expect, like I went into it thinking like, okay, this is gonna be pretty all right, and then like towards the end of it I was like, this is worth it. That the whole like 12 total hours that I put into making this dude look scary was worth it. I like 3D modeling a lot.
I have a good starting point. Hello, love. I have a good starting point. Hey, that's my wife in the background, aka best wife dead half.
Hey, Brandy.
Where's live half?
Bite me. Buried in the backyard.
You better watch out, bro.
You done fucked up, Jake.
Send help. Okay, so I had a really good starting question on this particular topic for us, but I have forgotten what that is because now I am terrified. Think twice
Awesome.
if you need help.
Okay, so
Oh,
we're
that was
talking
no
about
hesitation.
content.
Yes. So content creation. I put air quotes around content these days because everyone does the same shit. I actually recently made a video on that topic. A little comedic take, a comedic satirical take on the whole matter. But content creation has been a big part of gaming for the last 5-10 years or so, and it's only getting bigger. Kayla, do you think that this has somehow affected game design, game UX, or whatever in any fashion? And if not yet, then how could it in the future?
In some ways, I think it has. I mean, especially when you have like, you know, some of the bigger names like Markiplier, Jacksepticeye, you know, those guys.
Impulse
who
Squared.
sometimes, well, eventually, of course, but you know, who end up with like early builds of games. Because I know Markiplier has like a good relationship with Scott Cawthorn, so he's gotten early builds of Five Nights at Freddy's before.
That's true. Yeah. By the way, shout out to Dogwood Gaming. We love you guys.
Yeah.
So you know,
We'll play your
sometimes
games.
that can influence things because you know they're playing something that's pretty polished, but you know hasn't been released yet, so it can almost act like additional user testing. But in terms of whether or not content creation as a whole is really affecting
that's
games
cool.
that
I
much.
actually haven't considered that. Send a game off to a big content creator,
Mhm.
and then sort of read through the I guess the comments.
It's
that-
not just reading through the comments, because user testing, the beauty of it is also, it's not just having them play it and then answer questions for you. It's watching how they play it.
Oh yeah,
Because then you can see,
that,
if
but
you're accidentally clicking on some shit that they fucked up on or something.
right, yeah.
Mhm.
But like I thought the comments would be like a bonus thing to mention, because that actually hadn't occurred to me. Like I thought of course, like what you just outlined. I thought that was like the given, and the comments were the hidden bonus, but turns out I had it backwards.
Yeah, no, especially because most gamers, think out loud while they're playing so that they're continuously engaging. That's something that, speaking as someone who's run user tests, we normally have to encourage that during a user test. Be like, please feel free to think out loud. But on this, they're thinking out loud because that's just kind of part of their job. So you get to listen to what their process is. Plus, you get to see their facial expressions and the screen that they're playing on all together. And that's stuff that, normally that's only something you'd get in like a proctored environment. And even then you'd have to, get consent forms to record and stuff.
And of course, we got Vapor Meme saying, yeah, like I think Apex Legends let streamers play the game before they actually released it, so that they could see the reactions, and also like in tandem with that, getting feedback and whatnot, sort of build hype, from a marketing standpoint. It's cool.
It's a little bit of end stage user testing, you could call it, especially because Apex comes from Respawn, which is, EA, and EA's got a pretty strong user research base. Like I got to talk to a couple of their user researchers and they're pretty cool. But I don't know if outside of that, there's a huge influence on content creation, because it's like, we're going to make the games that we want to make that, seem relevant to the time, like having the God of War reboot because of how long it, or not reboot, but revival because of how long it had been, or even now, with the rumors of the KOTOR reboot.
Yeah.
So, some of it is, sure, they've got their customer insights team looking into seeing, okay, what's popular right now. But some of it's also, well, I have a cool idea for a game, let's try it, especially amongst the indie crowds, because like I belong to the Colorado International Game Developers Association here, the Colorado chapter, and a lot of those guys, they're just making games that they want to make.
Yeah. Well, what I mean is like, for example, people are putting up like face cams during their content creation, either for live streams or for pre-recorded content that they put through the wash of edits and whatnot. Do you think that's affected UI design or anything like that?
Not so much. I mean, that portion of game design a lot of times is pretty nailed down before you hit the what you're releasing for beta or even for alpha. I mean, literally, research doesn't stop on a project until you've determined that every single bug is fixed. So technically, it never ends until you stop support for a project.
That's how it used to be. Now you could just patch it out in the future.
I mean, it still is. Like I said, I talked to some of the user research team at Respawn a couple weeks ago, and she's like, pretty much every day, I can take the current build and test it.
Nice.
Every day.
So Jaden, I guess that means it's if Kayla's a game designer here, it's up to you to package it nicely. It's nice to you to package it nicely. So being somebody who's partially responsible, or who is going to be partially responsible for presenting this, packaging it nicely and in a nice, uniform, clean, hopefully minimalist fashion. How do you normally go about that process? What parts of the game, like, what are your thoughts so far?
What are my thoughts? I think that
incomplete question. Give me an answer.
brain melting.
Well, you know how like for example, in MMO, we'll have like they'll have a chat box here, then their party layout here, and then quest line on the other side of the screen and all that. So, Jaden, being responsible for packaging a game nicely, well, you got to put your face somewhere, right? Where are you going to put your face? You don't want to.
Not over any of the UI. Easy.
Any of the UI, are you
in
sure?
The credits. You put it in the credits, man.
Wait, what?
In the credits?
What do you mean put your face? Well, are we talking on like a recording standpoint, like literally putting your face, like what? I don't understand.
Where are you gonna put? Where are you gonna
when
put
you're
your
playing,
webcam on the screen?
when you're streaming, where do you put your face?
Yeah,
Yeah, over the-
not
yeah,
over
Griff, you
UI stuff.
You just said the same thing that I do. I take different parts of the UI and I put it in sort of quasi tier list of like, okay, what needs to be shown, what can be done without, what
Well,
needs to be
usually there's a
covered, like the
spot
chat
that
box,
doesn't.
if it's online.
I've never really ran into a game where there's UI in every single corner, or like even on like the sides and shit. Like you could put your camera literally anywhere as long as it's not covering something that's important.
Like Grimchi said, over the chat, like the in-game chat is a pretty appropriate place because nobody uses that.
That's
Especially
what I do.
especially if you're streaming SWTOR, because SWTOR Gen Chat is garbage.
It is. That's why I learned to do that.
Garbage, especially on in the home fleet, it's just garbage.
Yep. Yep. It's shit postery all over the place, and that I love a good shit post. I hate it when everything is nothing but shit post. I turn it off. I just leave on LFG, and then I get shit posted there. So I'm just like, fuck it, I ain't going there anymore.
Yeah,
The beauty of things like MMOs too is now there's customization options, so you can actually remove elements of the UI as necessary.
Yep, I think that's something SWTOR did right. Is like that game, at least MMO, or perhaps of all time, is the game where I've experienced the most customization ability. That's not a word.
Yeah, those were all words.
Customization ability, customizability,
customization.
So it's customization. That's all really you need.
I don't flexibility with my customization. There.
You have you have customization for the UI. SWTOR has that, which is, I mean, because
it was pretty cool. It was pretty in depth. It was more than I've seen from any other game. I look like I'm freaking 25. Give me a second. There we go. Christ,
I mean,
awesome.
It's nice too because given that sure, most games follow pretty similar layout in terms of UI. Depending really on your era of game. For MMOs, like I know Guild Wars 2 and SWTOR share similar base layouts for their UI. In terms of here's your powers, here's where chat is, here's where your mini map and everything is. But the nice thing is that then, if you're used to a different game that has a different layout, you can adjust to that, so you're not, screwing up your mental models too much.
Yeah, Jaden, you answered that question very poorly. I didn't ask it for well, so I know you had no opportunity. You were screwed from the jump.
Easy. It's easy. It's easy because almost every game out there has a spot that's open free for your webcam to go. As long as it's not in the center of the game, you're big chillin'.
Right. Or something that's not crucial, like a mini map. Your players don't, your audience doesn't necessarily need to see a mini map or a game chat, or I mean, in an RPG, things like your mini map doesn't really need to be seen.
Jaden was blurring out. He was caught in a temporal loop.
No, I think things that you should not put your camera over should be like if you brain
number one,
I just had Yes, health bar, weaponry. Don't put shit over weaponry, or putting your face cam over like an inventory thing if there's like a thing for like an inventory, or like anything that involves numbers that you need to see.
Right, in
like,
order to
for context,
contextualize what's going on in the game. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's my answer for webcam stuff.
The topic was a lot shorter than I thought it would be. Any other thoughts? I mean, I'm sorry, I don't have a whole lot to contribute.
Is it just like content?
But the reason I wrote down this topic is because I was like, okay, cool. So these two things kind of share together. We got one person who's a game designer, and one person who like packages and presents it on Twitch. So I'm like, I'll try to get y'all going together. And I'm just like, well, I'm out of.
Yeah, but what about you? We made you do the same thing.
What about me? I'm hosting the damn thing. I can't be like, hey, I'm the host and the center of attention. Fuck you guys.
No. Okay, so the whole thing is like behind the scenes of content creation and behind the scenes of game design, right?
It's sort of like as an interconnected thing because it really is. It really is. That's like all the business.
Yeah, I think okay, so behind like with the whole thing that we were talking about earlier with the having like streamers or YouTubers speak their mind while they're playing a game and having that being beneficial for me over time, like back when I originally did YouTube, I was really bad at that. I didn't know like I would speak things that I thought I should say more than just speaking like what my mind genuinely actually thinks. And for me, doing Twitch for over a year, and having to constantly try to, or well, just be entertaining throughout the entire stream has taught me how to speak my mind when like there's dead space, and that helps for when I like whenever I do YouTube videos now, because now there's not any dry content where I'm just like, fuck, I can't do anything with this because I didn't say anything.
Precisely, and I think that's really awesome to sort of put out there. I've actually went together and I could share this later. I went ahead and put together a formula for what style of commentary should go over what particular elements of the game are occurring. So, for example, if something exciting is happening and it demands my attention and I need to be like on my game, you know, where I'm all over the place and I need to like keep in mind 3 different things at the same time, you know, then that's the perfect opportunity to go into panic mode is what I call it, and go like, oh shit, oh god, what's happening, you know, all that good stuff. And then when there's like dead air or somewhere, I'm waiting for a loading screen or whatever, that's a good time to address the technicalities of the game, either from the standpoint of a player like trying to figure out a character's build, or like talking about like what may or may not be going on with you know, other people's minds when they're actually putting the game together. I'll either critique or compliment a part of the game that either I think could use improving or that I really enjoy. Those quiet moments are perfect for things like that, and I think those quiet moments with somebody who's using my formula, because there's no way I'm the only one using it. Those are sort of the moments that people like game designers are looking for the most part. But like they could work with what they're doing right in those moments of excitement a lot more quickly than they can with those downtime moments where people are talking about things from a technical standpoint, because that tends to be a little more in depth. Whereas if it's a high panic situation and whatnot or whatever, then you sort of gather that you kind of did everything right if they're enjoying themselves, or if they're having to repeat the part of the level over and over again because they're, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, the value more lies in when they get stuck at that point, because if they've if this is an early, because I mean, because if this is a build that's been released really early, you know, that's been released early to specific streamers, you know, even like with, I mean, I won't say that Cyberpunk was one of them, because let's be honest, that was just a hot mess. But you know, like again, like going back to like, you know, Scott Cawthorn giving Markiplier an early copy of one of the Five Nights at Freddy's games. It's not so much the oh fuck moments that are the important ones, because honestly, by that point, the game has been tested so many times, not just by, you know, the designers themselves, but probably by, you know, smaller usability groups, and at least a, you know, maybe a full alpha or even a beta by that point. So they've gotten that. But it's by that point, it's, you know, making sure that everything else runs the way it should.
Well, yeah, they still want to know if those panic moments are moments of enjoyability, because those are like the sort of focal points.
But you know, that's
exciting.
That, I mean, that's more, you know, picking your audience, honestly. Like, if they were to give that to if they were to give that to a player that, you know, like, who didn't like Five Nights at Freddy's, they'd get a different response. So remember, most of these games and products are being made with very specific, you know, audiences in mind. So they already kind of have an idea, because again, everything nowadays, especially when it comes to UX, is rooted in research. So like they're literally working with what are called personas, or, you know, they're fake characterizations of their target audience. Typically they have like at least 2, if not more, that talk about things like their behaviors, their motivations, even some of their key demographics, as necessary, so that they can, you know, humanize who their potential player is from the get-go. So they
collaboration of customer profiles,
so, you know, they're working with that. They're working on making games that are specific to a group. from the very beginning. So they already kind of understand from that research and from all the testing that they do, they already know that these events work the way they want them to. So it's kind of more an idea of, well, let's see about the mechanics. Let's make sure that, when this is run through, it still makes sense. Because you could stare at a game a million times over and you know how it works in your head and how it's supposed to work, but you can no longer approach it objectively because, you know all the shortcuts in your head that, run-of-the-mill player won't.
Speaking of shortcuts, Jaden.
What?
When we were playing,
Oh my fucking god. Yeah,
Ashes.
so when we played Ashes, I was like, I picked up, so before I did the crazy thing, I was like, I randomly picked up some like I think it was like credits or whatever, and I was like, oh, so you can find credits in, like, in my head I was like, oh, you can find credits in places if you just click on shit. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna click on everything I can find that looks interesting. And I found a secret dev thing.
35 minutes into the stream, we found a secret dev thing that gave us items that made us fucking immortal and one hit everything.
Yeah, sounds like a fun little Easter egg.
It wasn't even
it was, and we got to meet Master Splinter.
The game developers went to both of our chats and said, "You guys weren't supposed to find those."
that was a really good moment. I really fucking, that was funny.
This was Ashes of Creation?
Ashes of Kanaka.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
No, not Ashes of Creation. If I had Ashes of Creation developers in my chat, I'd die of a heart attack. Like all that excitement, I'd be like, yes.
I mean, Jake, you have played Among Us with one of the guys who helped dev SWTOR. Kitsuragi.
Why didn't you let me know?
Kit used to work for EA. Yeah, he was an intern on the Dead Space team, and so he worked on 3.
I still have that footage. Yes.
And and he did work a little bit. He worked a little bit on early SWTOR. So now he doesn't. Obviously now he's not. He doesn't work for EA anymore. But he has all the perks. So like. He doesn't have to buy most EA games now.
Of course.
He just gets them.
Why would he get them though?
From EA.
But why?
Because he's a streamer. He doesn't.
He wants to have fun though, right?
Mass Effect.
Jade got it.
But no, but like he even has. It's not something that he uses, but he actually does have a Game Master's account for SWTOR. Like he could actually still go in and look at all the code.
That's crazy.
He likes rubbing it in my face whenever he gets a new EA game, and I just sit there and I'm like, "You suck."
Fuck you very much.
I tell him there's a corner he could go to, or a very cold place down south that he can go to.
If you're ever feeling cold, just stand in a corner. They're 90 degrees.
Oh my fucking. I'm not talking for the rest of this stream. That's a lie. But fucking Christ, I did not.
But yeah, I mean. Yes, but Kitsuragi, and you can check him out on Twitch, Kitsuragi, Twitch, twitch.tv/Kitsuragi. He used to be game dev over at EA.
Yeah, I wish I had known that beforehand. Not that it would have changed anything about the game or anything I would have ever said ever to him. Like, fuck you, you're sus. But
oh god.
At some point, he. A couple years ago, he was trying to work for Square Enix. He got close, but
yeah, sometimes you just shoot for the stars. You end up shitting your pants on the way there. It happens to the best of us. I know it didn't make sense. Listen. Here, listen, favorite weapons used in video games. Move on to the next one.
Yeah.
Ow, my ears. Okay, we're good.
What?
I think I actually skipped a certain. Peeling the curtain back on content. I was reading.
We were just talking about that, man.
Yeah, I know. But I had misread it. I'd lost my place, and I was like, curtain black because I've been watching a lot of space videos recently, like documentaries on like black holes and you know, pulsars, magnetars, all that, you know, good space astrophysics shit. And I don't know, my brain is just constantly in space now. It's awesome. And I don't need to smoke for it.
Space
But yeah.
good.
Now, I'd written the words tier list of favorite weapons to use in video games and why, and of course, across the different eras and different genres. We're not actually doing a tier list like I mentioned at the beginning because tier lists are cringe and it's content that does itself and it's lowbrow shit. Kind of like making dad jokes. So, 90 degrees.
Dude, are you fucking kidding? How are you still on this? That was such a
funny.
That's
If
literally
Phil were
like
here, he'd punch you.
that's like the it's like the biggest dad joke I've heard in like all month. God
All right,
damn.
All right.
So
Weapons in games.
So weaponry in games. Should we start in the past and move our way to the future, or go backwards as CasterSquared seems to do at all points in time?
Or, you know, ignore time as a construct altogether and just state the weapons that we
Dude, yeah, fucking time is relative, dude. Okay, like everyone knows that, but like if you really think about it, like the implications of time being relative, it's sorry.
Oh my god.
Um,
Are you sure you're not high?
I'm
Podcast
positive.
tangent.
I'm positive. I haven't even had a beer in months. I've been stone cold sober for. I'm gonna grab a beer.
What? Wait.
I'm kidding. Not in the mood for one.
Just instant like
I made a few minutes.
realization.
I made a few
This
minutes.
sucked.
I'm actually gonna think about it and be like, well, I'll have a drink. A drink. I'm not.
Oh.
I'm not looking to get
So-
plastered like when Phil and I last streamed Guild Wars together.
Oh god.
That was awesome.
Oh my god.
Yeah, right above your head.
Okay. All right. So we're talking about.
So I'll go ahead and start us off this time because for some reason I so seldom give the first answer to one of the topics I present. I don't know why.
It's
and then
because
people
you're trying to be a good host, Jake.
I'm trying to, and then I still fail miserably. I've been sober for years. Smashes open a bottle of whiskey. Damn it, Grimsy.
Yeah.
It's not for me. Just pouring out for the homies. Right. So, as we all know, I'm a big fan of Call of Duty and all that good stuff. You know, first-person shooters. But my favorite method of gameplay is done face-to-face, man-to-man, mano-a-mano, toe-to-toe, close quarters combat. And nothing is more signature of that than good old-fashioned swordplay. I'll take a longsword any day. Any day I'll take a longsword or I'll just go sword and board. You know,
Sword and
shield.
board?
Sword and shield.
Right. I got it.
Freaking gladiator style, dude. Fucking I love that. I don't know why. It's just the aesthetic that comes attached with using that type of weaponry is just I don't know. I find it appealing. It's also really awesome because you could shut up because you can like throughout movies and video games and TV shows and whatnot, there have been a number of fantastic like different cinematic shots and poses performed with either a sword and shield or just a long sword. And I don't know, I just happen to like that aesthetic a little bit more than your box standard paladin with a mace or a flail, or somebody standing there with a pistol and silhouetted like freaking Goldeneye or something. Are we still doing phrasing? Fucking beautiful Archer reference.
Oh my god.
I made one the other day when we were first talking to Dogwood Gaming. They were telling us about a game they were making. I can't say shit about it though. But I put up an Archer meme and it was like, "Stop! My penis can only get so erect."
Oh my god, dude.
They all lost their shit and it was brilliant.
That was pretty fucking funny.
It was brilliant.
And you're like, wait,
long
no,
sword
I should have saved it for this moment.
Oh, that's what I said. Okay, yeah. Oh, shit. Well, that's from like
if Phil were here, he would have caught it.
Yeah, I know Phil would have said it first. He wouldn't have said phrasing, which is
no, he would have started laughing his ass off.
Yeah.
And then he would have made you a promise.
Yeah. So let's just go throughout the ages, go in a circle and go throughout the ages
Yeah.
and go throughout the different genres. And we could even pick a niche weaponry we've come across in video games that don't usually wouldn't normally make a list of different weaponry available in games. So Kayla,
Oh God. Going through the ages. 'cause
hard mode.
man,
You cannot choose a lightsaber.
fuck
Oh, that's for the
off.
future.
Fuck off. I have a weapon I could do outside of a lightsaber in the future, so fuck yourself.
Should we skip and go to Jaden and come back later?
I don't know if I have an answer because I haven't played a whole bunch of things that are back in the. I mean, aside from the Assassin's Creed, but those are all pretty standard weapons.
Go.
So I
What's
guess
wrong with the
I'll-
standard weapons? I picked
Oh.
standard weapons.
I mean, then I guess if I was gonna go with anything from something of that time, I'd definitely go with the Assassin's Creed's Hidden Blade.
Yes. Yes.
That and like
Hidden weaponry.
Ezio's throwing knives, just because it's just kind of fun to just rain death.
Of course. Of course. B-gun from Watch Dogs Legion. Afraid I'm not familiar, but does it shoot
B-gun?
bees?
Bees.
I was about to be like, Jaden, do it.
Oh,
With the Nicolas Cage.
the bees! No! Oh God, the bees! They're in my eyes! My eyes!
Okay. All right,
Jaden.
sir.
There we go.
Jaden, you played,
I'm
you played
actually.
a lot of Genshin and you've seen a lot of anime, so.
I'm gonna start this off with a question for you.
Ooh,
Okay.
What's up? What's up?
Black Ops 2, Ballista or DSR?
DSR.
Fuck yes! Yes! Okay, I just had to, yeah. My favorite weapon of all time from the weapon that I had probably had the most fun with in like games in general is actually kind of a recent one and a recent realization that I had. And I'm gonna have to say the fucking the Warthog turret in Halo, any Halo. I will shit on anybody, anything, nothing is alive if I have that fucking turret.
Are you sure it's not the Puma turret?
I will destroy
I got you.
anything with the
I got you
regular.
with that, Kayla. Nice one.
Thank you.
I
Oh, you don't know that joke, do you, Jaden?
small brain. I know. Okay, whatever.
You have to go watch Red versus Blue.
Honestly.
Okay. Well,
The old stuff
did
is
it
better.
age well? Are the old seasons like? Would they still be
Yes.
good to watch now?
Oh yes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yes.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
yes.
Then I'll watch it. Then I'll watch
aged
it.
just. There is nothing about it that didn't age well.
Maybe a couple jokes, but even then, it's like.
Seriously, I mean, but those
So
jokes
long,
are.
as you're not a bitch about it, then yeah, go watch
I mean,
it.
it's mainly, and if we were going by those jokes, it would mainly be the jokes that Caboose makes. Let's be
It's
honest.
honestly, yeah.
When
we
I was
all-
a
we
kid,
all love
I
Caboose.
played a lot of Halo Reach, but Halo was never like my main game. I
Yep.
mean, I tryharded the fuck out of it, but I was also constantly playing Minecraft and GTA 5 throughout the actually favorite gun the fucking specifically the pink color pink dildo looking minigun laser thing from GTA 5. Best thing
What?
ever. There's a laser minigun, and you can make it pink, and it looks like a giant pink dildo.
Kayla, you may now choose a lightsaber, if only for the purpose of cutting him down.
Actually, if we were talking close quarters combat when it comes to futuristic weapons, I was going to go with the Mass Effect Omniblade.
Nice.
Mass Effect Omniblade because it's literally a glove that has a big ass digital sword that you stab people with.
Damn.
Or the dubstep gun
It's-
from Saints
it's
Row.
practically
Fuck
an
yeah.
Against most mobs, it's an insta-kill move.
Yeah,
Jake, you
Gringy
have
beats
no
you.
idea how close I was gonna mention that. You have
Yeah,
no
fucking-
fucking clue.
Fucking
Like the Omni tool?
No,
No,
Grinch, you
the
mentioned the
dubstep.
dubstep gun from Saints
Oh.
Row. The dub gun.
I was thinking about. I was like techno music. What the fuck? It's on the tip of my tongue. What the fuck was it called again?
If we aren't talking close quarter, then almost any game that has a sniper rifle is, or as I like to fondly call them, the snippers.
Yeah.
Me too. Me too, actually. Yeah, I call them the snipper riffles.
I'm very much like I'm very much, if we're gonna go with Red versus Blue, I'm like Tucker in the sense that I want the snipper.
You miss every shot,
actually-
Ed, but you're still about it. You're just like,
it's
yeah,
my
boom.
it's my weapon of choice in Mass Effect. I'm the sniper while I let my companions go up and do the close quarter.
Well, I mean, it's also like a smart way to do combat. Take him out with one clean shot from the biggest gun you could possibly find from the longest distance imaginable.
So Mass Effect 3 has an achievement called Mail Slot because some of the enemies approach with shields that have a slot for their eyes.
I see where
So
this is
you
going.
have to do 50 shots through that, 50 headshots through the slot to get the Mail Slot achievement. It's so fun. It's so much fun.
That
Not
reminds
to
me of
mention, by the time
every-
you get to Mass Effect 3, their heads blow up when you do headshots.
really. Oh, I
Damn.
gotta, Jaden, I gotta play that one.
No, I want to play
Actually, I
that
think-
one.
No, you can play the
Mass Effect
first
2
two
does it
because
as well.
they're old school, and you need to play those two. You need to play more old school games, Jaden. By the
Well-
way, speaking of old school, quick deviation. I got my N64 emulator working.
Although, Jake, I would recommend at minimum you need to play 2 before you play 3.
Yes,
You do.
I mean I plan to play all of them,
Okay.
but they're pretty low on my priority list of things to play. In all fairness,
Hmm.
because now that I got my N64 emulator working, it's like I just filled up a year of my free time.
Hey, yo, Jake, let's do every Resident Evil game. Come on, easy.
Hey, Jaden, go fuck yourself.
Yeah, no, I'm kidding. That's what I got D-dubs for. I'll fuck it. Wait, no.
What does
wait,
that mean?
Wait. No,
What does
I'm gonna.
that mean? Okay, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna.
Ah, you son of a bitch. Wait, am I back in? That was uncalled for. That was uncalled for.
It was completely called for.
No, what I meant is I'm having
You just did
D-dubs play the multiplayer versions of Resident Evil. AKA, we're gonna go back and play the rest of Resident Evil
Yep.
6 because I never finished that on my channel. And that shit is gonna be fucking
That's
fire.
what I got. That's what I
Although,
got. That's what I got.
Jake, if I had to pick a lightsaber,
Yeah.
I'd pick Senya's. Senya Tyrell's, the ones that extend at the end.
Ooh,
sword.
that'd
I
be-
like
that,
those.
I
that-
like the
that would be
purple
great
one.
because that sort of implies that there's different angles that you could do utilize the blade from that you wouldn't be
Well,
able to
Right, different
at least
angles
more
and different
easily.
levels of power based on your hand
Yep.
placement.
Yep. Precisely, you don't get that with a traditional lightsaber. I was always a bigger fan of Dooku's lightsaber. I was watching a video on that a few
Oh,
months
the
back.
angle.
Yep.
I mean, it works really well for a Makashi style,
Yep.
for Dooku, but
Yep. I see the practicality of it, though. I've always been a bigger fan of how do I not know how to pronounce this? Fucking Gemso.
oh, Jimso. Yeah,
The
I
way
mean,
of
well,
the crate. The way of the
well,
crate.
that's Anakin's style.
Yep, I know. It's
But
brilliant.
yeah,
It's brilliant.
well, because
Phil fucking swears by Sarisu, and I keep telling him, weak as shit, bro.
no, it's really not. I mean,
I know.
Sarisu-
Just let me have it.
come on, Sarasu's what Obi-Wan used to defeat Grievous.
And Anakin.
Yeah, well,
And Mace Windu. And
Obi-Wan.
literally everyone he's fought.
When did Obi-Wan fight Mace Windu?
Sometime during the expanded universe shit.
Well, I mean, Mace Windu has his own style because he's one
Yeah.
of the 3 practitioners of Vapad, and he's the only one that. Well, no, that's not true. No, that is. He's the only one that actually managed to retain his sanity more or less.
Yep. Yep, because it was a very stringent sort of ritual attached to not ritual.
Well, it's because Windu as a Corran is pretty open to the dark side, just as that's almost a species trait. And
well,
so
not only that, but that was very consistent among practitioners of the Juyo style. And Vapad was supposed to be a variant of Juyo.
it is a variant of Juyo, but the biggest thing about Vapad is that it opens you up to the dark side,
Oh yeah.
which
Oh yeah.
was a big thing because literally his subspecies of human, the Corran, they lean dark naturally.
Oh yeah.
So it was, a way. The way that it's described in the original episode 3 novelization is that it's literally a way to accommodate for his handicap when it comes to the dark side, much in the way that Ataru is the way Yoda, compensates for his height.
Yep.
So yeah, it's.
I am big on this. We could do like a whole podcast, like the rest of the podcast, talking about
on Star
this.
Wars.
The Jaden's over here, like, what the fuck are they talking about?
watched only one movie from Star. I do. That is one of the movie series in the long list of shit that I still need to watch. But I've only watched one fucking movie, and it was one of the recent ones, and I was like, okay, this is pretty cool.
Which recent one though? Because there's
The first,
you know which one he's talking about.
it was the
what,
first
TFA?
of the
Yeah,
trilogy.
TFA. The Force
think so.
Awakens
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was that one.
with Rey and Finn and Kylo Ren.
And
They
what I
exist.
remember the
Let them
most is
exist.
the one clone dude guy, and it like followed his story for a little bit. I don't remember a lot from that movie because that was I don't
that
know
would be
why I
about
don't remember a lot
Finn.
from it.
Yeah, you're talking about Finn. You're talking about stormtroopers because stormtroopers and clones are two separate things.
Oh yeah, Stormtrooper. I meant, my bad. I don't
Yeah.
I don't know shit about Star Wars because when I was
I'm
like
actually talking
when I
about
was
the 501st.
when I was younger,
No,
I was
The
like
501, by the time you hit the Empire, is no longer clones.
Really, they were all replaced out by.
Yeah,
Okay.
no, it's covered. It's covered in Star Wars Rebels. Is that shortly after the execution of Order 66, because of the stigma now attached to the fact that the clones killed the Jedi. They got rid of the clones. They basically just kind of let them go and hired all new recruits that were not clones.
Damn, the transitionary process of that must have involved mountains of paperwork. Like, can you imagine?
Yeah, and
No,
I mean,
I could
and it
not.
also didn't help that it also didn't help that a lot of those clones went on to hold some grudges.
Well, yeah, you come across one of them in Star Wars Galaxies.
Yeah.
And you get his old suit of armor. It looks badass.
You come across 3 of them in Rebels who literally cut the control chips out of their head. Or there's things like the Bad Batch
is
that
metal as fuck, by the way.
I mean, and the Bad Batch is like right at the beginning of the end for the clones.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I haven't been paying attention to the Bad Batch.
I mean, I'm a couple episodes behind, but yeah, Bad Batch is essentially because the Bad Batch starts.
How did we get on Star Wars?
On Order 66. We were talking weapons.
Right, lightsabers.
Yeah. But yeah, the Bad Batch starts. The first episode is Order 66.
Here's my weapon of
purple
choice:
one is
the
cool.
fucking Death Star. GG, no rematch.
I knew you were gonna
mean-
fucking mention that because of earlier, you motherfucker.
Yeah. I can't say any more on that.
Okay, then mine is all the Halo rings. All right, humanity's fucked.
Oh, I didn't even consider the Halo
Yeah,
rings.
there we go.
You can't.
Mine beats yours.
If I
You
was going
can't
to
run the
deploy,
Death Star if there's no one to run it.
Let Kayla
if I was
talk.
going to deploy a
Sorry.
weapon, I would have deployed the red markers from Dead Space.
Oh my
Oh.
fuck! I didn't think of that either. Shit.
Cheater.
I don't know. I played most of.
How is that cheating?
the
You
first
just
Dead
recognize a
Space.
populace.
See, the only
just
thing with
recognize
Halo
the
rings is that it's a
populace.
bitch to activate them, and there's a lot of shit in the way to activate them.
Yeah, all I
You
have
know,
to
like
do is
the
push
entire
a
human
button. You
race.
gotta go through like this whole fucking like labyrinth.
I would have to face off Master Chief to fucking activate a Halo ring, and I don't think I have much of a chance on that.
Yeah,
Oh no, Jake, you want a weapon? The Starforge.
No, please.
Wait, what's a Starforge?
So the Starforge is like
Go ahead.
it's this station at the end of the first KOTOR game where basically you can create unlimited troops and ships.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Mhm.
So you're just God, and you just start
It's how the Sith
producing a bunch
Empire
of
manages
people
to
and
create. It's how the Sith Empire starts the Jedi Civil War. Is literally with the acquisition of after discovering the Starforge, they pretty much weaponize it and use it to just keep churning out ships and troops.
Yep.
That's
The Sith have always been really inventive in their methods of waging war against the Jedi and the Republic.
Although, in fairness, the reason that it was even discovered in the first place wasn't because they were Sith, because Malak and Revan at that point were still more Jedi than Sith. But
We've
or
gotta
at
stop
least when they
talking Star
started.
Wars.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I mean, they didn't want the Mandalorian Wars to happen again. But then along the way they became Sith.
Yep.
Everything got fucked up.
my weapon is Dev Gun in
I know that-
ashes.
Dev Gun and Ashes, yeah.
No one can fucking beat me. Easy, instant death, everything.
Kayla, what we could do is we could start a mini podcast on your new days off and just talk Star Wars like dead ass.
I mean, we could. Yes, it's
Star
cute dog.
Cats.
Dog, cute dog.
Dog.
People love Chaos
He's
Beast.
She's my chaos beast.
Oh, with the
Yeah, right.
glowing eyes. That's ominous.
Well, you know, that's just the way the light's reflecting.
Uh-huh.
Your dog
Yeah,
seems
so
like a chiller.
nothing
You want
else
to
is
see a
going
real
on at
chaos
all.
beast?
Oh,
I have
okay.
a cat.
Hayden, this is her being super chill right now. If I were to stand up and or, you know, sit on the floor, she'd go nuts. Right
Yep.
now, she just wants me to pay attention to her.
Okay, you
Yep.
might not be able to see it, but oh yeah, you see that thing laying right there? If that thing wakes up, I'm fucking dead.
Wake
this-
up!
She's
My-
actually
she
come down and
climbs
she
up here
comes
now.
out. Mhm.
Look at how thin my chair is. And she actively tries to climb up here all the time. And she
Yep.
stays up there. She
That's what
learned
you
how to lay on this. I don't understand.
They're cats,
I-
dude. They lay
I
wherever.
knock her off all the time because I pick her up and yeah, because like she is tearing my chair up.
Uh-huh.
It's horrible.
Sure,
It's so
sure.
bad.
But throughout the
Yeah, no, I
ages,
throw out the
okay,
window.
Jaden, you need a medieval weapon.
A medieval mace. Fucking mace all the way, dude. Those are cool.
You know what? That's actually fair. You can't.
I want an
you
extendo
honestly-
mace.
The most simple weapon of all time. Like, how can you mess up bludgeoning someone? Like, you can't.
Yeah, it's got big spikes.
Even if you do
Unless
it
you
wrong, you're
bludgeon
doing it wrong.
yourself on accident, which I would probably do. I'd like
Well, then
swing it
you-
around and like it would go down and I'll take out one of my legs or some shit.
You're talking about a flail at that point.
Isn't a mace like the ball on the chain or whatever with the
Nope,
spikes
that's
on
a
it?
flail.
The fuck is a mace then? I thought that
Solitary.
No
was a mace.
chain.
No chain. It's just the big spiky ball on the stick.
Oh, I mean a flail then. I think those are cooler.
Okay.
I like the chain one.
Flails are badass.
Flail,
though.
Morning Star. Mhm.
That's what I meant. My bad. I didn't like. There was some.
Okay,
Somebody
well, we
fucked
can't
me
fuck up
up.
with the flail. With the mace,
Yeah.
though, you can't fuck up. I actually use a mace as one of my main weapons in Guild Wars 2.
A mace would be like a fun throwing object. Like if you had a bunch of mini maces that you could just throw like a tomahawk. Like,
I mean,
dude,
I've
imagine
never not had fun. I should have said tomahawk. Damn it.
that. I've had fun with tomahawks in Call of Duty. I can tell you that.
Now, how about weapons from this day and age? Anybody got favorites from this day and age? Exclusive.
I haven't really done any
Uh,
games that include weapons from this day and age. So
Nuke.
Fair enough. Was it specifically from games? It was. Damn it.
yes,
AR-15. It's got to be in some game somewhere.
probably some of
Nuke.
the Call of Duty games.
Probably some Call of Duty games.
Or the Battlefield games.
I almost
Nothing
want to
can do
say
better than
certainly yes
Nuke.
on
Or probably
mean-
CS fucking Go.
that. I will no longer say CS:GO. I will say CS fucking go. Grimshy says going with the Grimshy's going with the ballistic knife. A fantastic choice. You know, that's one of the 3 types of knives I do not own.
There's an Easter egg in the buried zombies
I'll
map.
just show off my collection sometime. Not this podcast though.
There's an Easter egg in the buried zombies map where you use the ballistic knives and you go, and then it fucking like if you hit the target on this like thing, it starts playing like this piano starts playing by itself, and it like makes a cool song.
Like a disembodied piano? Not disembodied. What's the word I'm thinking of?
Automatically controlled piano.
Shut up.
Player
Fucking Slimer
piano.
ectoplasmed on that shit, and it's a ghost now.
I've given up.
It's player piano. You're talking about the ones that play by themselves, right?
Well, no, I mean like like the noise of something from a source that is indeterminate. You just hear it.
I mean, no, it was playing itself though, because you could see the keys like
I mean,
moving.
It's like you can have a
Ambient
disembodied
noise?
voice, but yeah, you know what? Yeah, fair. Ambient is good. Like the ambient noise of a piano, Jaden, or is there an actual piano
magical.
sound?
Yeah, no, it's a piano, like a real piano in the like room. It like
Oh,
like-
okay, that's different. Yeah, then the
Yeah.
player
It's a
piano.
player piano. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a player piano. That's what it's called.
yeah,
I
but
didn't-
it's like in the
Listen,
saloon or
He's
whatever.
able to describe that there was an
Mhm,
actual
player
piano.
I said piano, okay, like
It
Well, I
is.
thought
It
you
is
were
a
just describing the
piano.
noise you hear.
No, it's a piano, and you can play it, but it has like a roll in it that you can change so that it does specific songs by itself, because it's a mechanical device.
That's a
So
player
yeah,
piano.
it's a player
Piano.
piano.
yes, awesome piano Easter egg with ballistic knives.
Okay.
Ballistic knife was OP as shit on zombies.
Give me
for,
PTSD
like-
to the piano from Mario 64. I'm so sorry. I remember that. I remember that piano. Okay. Ooh, I'm looking forward to this topic. We're talking villains in video games. We could talk about our favorite villains and why that is from video games. This time, Jaden, why don't you start?
Wesker. I know this is another Resident Evil one,
Why
but
are
it's the
you
first thing that...
stuck on Resident Evil? Okay, you know what?
Because those games
Try
are
again.
amazing.
Try again. Grimshy says
Okay.
Handsome Jack.
He was pretty watered down after a while.
Handsome Jack's a really good pick, Grimshy. Really good pick. I'm gonna struggle to top that. Actually, I'm gonna have to think here on a second.
I'm using 100% of my brain power right now.
Kayla, you can't use Star Wars.
My
Fine,
brain just
use
went...
Star Wars if you want.
Favorite villain of all time.
Yep.
Who the fuck-
Yep, in video games.
In video games. Bad
How
villains.
hard is it to think of a cool antagonist?
Because they're just like a lot. I don't know. I don't think about antagonists very much. I mean, at least
What do
right
you mean
now
you
I'm
don't
not.
think of antagonists very much. That's all
It's
you
like,
deal
oh,
with
bad
in
guy,
video
let's
games.
kill him. Cool, awesome.
And none of them stood out to you?
I want to think of like a funny one. No, it's just my brain is like not working. Okay, good villains. Anyone that is talking on voice chat in fucking CS:GO. Bam. No, I'm kidding. That's bad. That's stupid.
No, an acceptable answer, Kayla. I think that's acceptable.
The enemy team on CS.
A little meta, but acceptable. Damn.
I'll keep thinking. I'll keep thinking because there's got to be like I need to go on my Steam games really quick.
Okay, so I'm gonna pick up. I got something. Zaitan from Guild Wars 2, Undead Elder Dragon. Neither of you two played, so you don't get it. But a couple of viewers in
I've
chat.
played some. I just haven't reached Zaitan.
That's fine. You'll reach Zaitan, and Zaitan will be amazing.
Got
Frank
it.
Fontaine from Bioshock.
See, that's what I was gonna go with.
Oh,
gonna go with-
Grimshy beat you to the punch.
Right. Well, because I didn't know it was my turn yet. But I was gonna say Atlas, but you know they're the same person. But aside from that,
Darth Malgus was pretty good.
Malgus is okay, but Malgus pales in comparison to Scion, Nihilus, and Treya.
Cyan will always be my favorite.
The triumvirate,
No, wait.
just in general.
It's not. Oh my god, how am I? Yeah, it's Scion. I'm thinking Scion.
Scion is the one that Atten
Yep.
dubbed sleeps with vibroblades.
Yep. Wait, Scion was.
Scion is the
I'm
one with
probably
the
gonna
cracked skin.
embarrass. Yeah, that's the one. Okay, I got him
Mhm.
right. I was trying
That's
to
why
remember
Atten
which one
calls him
was.
sleeps with vibroblades.
Yes. No, I was trying to think of which one was way too old to be alive and driven by nothing but pain and anger. Lord of Pain himself, Scion.
Well, I mean, Nihilus, you could make the same argument because Nihilus pretty much has to subsist on force energy.
Not into that angle. I don't. Technically the same. Yeah, I get it, but Nihilus is just never. I've never been a fan.
I mean, let me think.
Speaking of driven by pain and anger, Matt from the Wii Sports games. That is number one antagonist.
Did somebody give you that answer?
No, that was me. That was all me.
I actually think Joko was the best villain of Guild Wars 2. All right, cool. No, Joko was pretty cool. I love Joko. He was a multifaceted character and doubled as comic relief, and I love Joko for that very reason. Same dude. Fuck Matt. Vapor Meme agrees with you, Jaden.
Yeah, Matt is a bitch.
I love Zaitan's design. Same, but from a villain standpoint, I'd say more Dramato Yormag played more of a villain role. They absolutely did. I think they did my boy Zaitan dirty, and he didn't do as much damage as I think he was capable of. I don't think the writing for Zaitan was good enough. I think they did my boy dirty. Zaitan should have been more dangerous. And given that he's the Elder Dragon of Undeath, it would make sense if he made a comeback to do more damage.
You know, if I had to pick a different villain, I'd go with the Elusive Man from Mass Effect.
Afraid I'm not familiar. Can you describe?
So the Elusive Man is he's like, well, So he's the leader of this group called Cerberus that used to be part of the human military, but broke off and became very, very extremist. Like they're very pro-human and very anti-other species. So everything they do is to further the human cause, to the point that they've bombed ships, and they're practically a terrorist organization in and of itself.
Of course.
But the Elusive Man is always playing like 6 chess games in his head.
Nice.
So, like,
I wish I could play one.
he's playing a lot. And so like, and what's really cool, and I can't say too much obviously because neither of you've played it and I don't want to give it away.
Right.
But some of the
Appreciate
forces that happen during the Mass Effect games, you slowly start to see this guy who used to champion the human cause just shift. You know, first he was very, you know, he's a manipulative bastard at any point in the game. He says what he has to get what he wants. But as time goes on, you start to see him become this, like, be nice, this almost semi-religious zealot. And you sit there and you go, Jesus Christ. Plus, it doesn't hurt that he's played by Martin Sheen.
That's cool as fuck. I love it when a character
he's
can
even
slowly
mocapped.
transform throughout time or whatever.
Like you literally you watch him throw his own beliefs out the window and he doesn't even realize he's done it.
Yep.
But yeah,
no, I love seeing that. It's a common tragedy story.
It doesn't hurt that he's voiced and mocapped by Martin Sheen.
Yeah. I was about to mention that.
Martin Sheen is just
thing. Yeah, dude, Martin Sheen is just French kiss.
Well, yeah.
Hold on, not French kiss. I meant Italian kiss.
Hey, yo. I have another one. Another good, an actual decent one. The G-Man from Half-Life.
Kayla, did you notice how long it took for Jaden to remember Half-Life?
What? What? Shut the fuck up. That's a good answer, motherfucker. Appreciate it.
It's a good answer, but you're a babby.
I'm not a babby.
GLaDOS from Portal and Voss from Far Cry.
They still haven't made continuation, fucking, what's it called? The number 3. They haven't made number 3 yet. Be salty. Half-Life Alex, cool.
No, fuck yourself.
They didn't make Half-Life 3. We don't know anything about the G-Man. I think. You know some things, I think. I didnn't play the
Jaden, where's the next addition to your list of baddies?
Oh, G-Man.
Wait, what?
No, I'm kidding. Never mind. No. List of baddies. I forgot about the list of baddies. Fuck. I don't know yet. I need to think about it.
I hear you.
But yeah, G-Man good.
Kayla, there was Nihilus, there was Scion. Who was the third again?
The Elusive Man. Oh, Treya. Treya.
That was it.
Because we needed to be so close to Betrayer.
Yep. No, Alma from Fear. First encounter with Soul Recon. I fucking remember Alma. And Alma was the shit. I love that game so much. I got it when I was 15 years old, and I got it as a birthday present. Shout out to my mom for that, because that game, I got endless hours of joy from it, and I was scared shitless playing that around midnight. That was a fantastic game, and the multiplayer component, not bad. And there was plenty of bugs that they never patched that I constantly took advantage of to stay ahead of my opponents. Oh, it was probably one of the most fun I've ever had playing an FPS. So if we have no more villains to recommend to fawn over.
Off the top of my head, I mean,
Pyramid Head from Silent Hill.
Ooh, that's good.
Aesthetically,
Pyramid
a great
Head
one.
is scary. There was a guy. Okay, so Crypticon. I went to that last summer. There was a guy that was on stilts that had a full fucking Pyramid Head.
Nice. I think I've seen pictures.
Costume. So crazy, bro. So crazy. He had to have two people like walk him around though.
Yeah. Well, sometimes I want to make a cosplay so big it takes 5 people to manage, kind of like a Voltron of cosplay, if you will.
Oh
you
my
mean 5 people
God.
to wear or 5 people to manage? Because
Yes.
I've seen one that was so it was one guy in this massive Minotaur costume that made him like 10 feet tall. So he had people that were like, helping, like they'd hold up things with food in them so that he could eat and drink throughout the, so he wouldn't have to take his costume off. And
Yep.
like they literally had shirts that said Minotaur Crew on them.
Nice. Did they have people in the legs? Because that'd be dope as fuck.
No, it was one guy. Literally, he was on stilts inside this costume.
No, it would have been like what I'm talking about is like have a person in the legs, have people in the arms, and then just me in the center. Can you imagine like a giant robot like looking motherfucker, and then it's just my
like
head,
a Power Ranger style? Oh.
Just my
Actually,
tiny ass head sticking out the top.
Speaking of like cool cosplay thing or whatever,
Hey,
my mom is at a horror con in Atlanta right now, and she found a guy that's dressed as Michael Myers.
Shout out to Jaden's mom,
Mama Frosty, yeah. hey. It was a Michael Myers, and he was wheeling around a hedge to like stand next to.
Nice.
Like from the first movie, and dude, the picture that my mom got of him was hilarious because it looked exactly like he was just peering out from it and just like staring at people, and it's just like, oh my God.
There's a guy who looks like you described. Looks like what you described in his Warhammer cosplay. Grimchi, you have my Discord. You can go ahead and DM that to me. I'll go ahead and flip over to it. Show everyone tiny head. In the meantime, we've reviewed enough villains. We're making good time. I like it. Let's get humble. Let's get humble with games that we aren't good at, and maybe or maybe not try to answer or figure out why that is.
No such thing. I'm good at every game I play.
That is patently false. That is so false. It is. Let me. I have an answer for Jaden. Jaden, let me answer on your behalf. Among Us.
Don't say Phasmophobia. Okay. Good at Among Us. I won 2 times, and both times were thanks to me.
No, you were carried.
No, you were carried. You were carried hard.
I had to fucking carry you.
Everyone murdered me right in the fucking beginning, too.
Yeah, you know why, Jaden? Because as soon as somebody accused you, you started going off the handle.
Yeah, but that stirred the pot, and no one knew what to think.
No, Jaden,
it was a great idea.
Is that when you're not, Jaden,
you guys just don't understand the genius behind it, okay?
No, Jaden, when you're not the imposter, you never put that much of a fight up. So it's become your tell when you overreact.
I did towards the end because then people would think.
The game good.
No, Jaden, we could go watch the footage. You went off the handle the first time somebody accused you.
No, okay, no. That's true, but I'm talking about when I wasn't. Wait, did I do that? I don't remember. It doesn't matter. But fuck Among Us. It's a dead game. Get that shit out of here. No, I'm kidding. It's fun.
Speaking as someone who literally has carried you to victory once.
Yeah.
And the only reason I got away with it for the most part is that 1, not everyone was in voice chat, and 2, Shannon liked me more than Phil.
I actually was so surprised.
That's Shannon's reason after she got roasted. What her reason was before was there was no reasoning. She just Shannoned it.
Be nice.
I am being nice. I'm being nice. Agreed. Get Among Us out of here. Sick of the memes. Yeah, same. Those memes are sus.
I like the name. The guy that has the name Amon Gus or whatever.
Among Us.
That's funny. Yeah, his name is literally Among Us. I've always thought that was fucking funny, and I will think that's funny to the day I die.
Amon Gus. That's it. It was
nice. But yes, we can agree that social deduction is not a strong point for Jaden.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. I also
I'm a good liar,
seen several times of him. In fact, I've clipped once of him basically running into walls in FPSs.
No way,
Jaden, you're.
What wall did I run into? Huh? What clip are you talking about?
Sometimes you're okay, and then there's other times where I wonder if you're even looking at the screen.
I mean,
I meme around when I play games that I don't try hard. Okay.
PvP FPS.
Oh, that's fine. What do I suck at? Hold on. What do I suck at?
Yeah, pretty much any
Everything.
PvP game I suck at.
They're not for everyone. They're not for everyone.
I sucked at fucking Apex. That was like the pinnacle of me sucking ass at games, even when I like tried.
Shut up, Grimchi. No, Grimchi, not cool. We don't bring that up.
Yeah,
We don't bring
right
that up. No, don't. Jaden, no, shut up. I don't I guess racing time trials. I don't do too well.
That too. I suck at that too.
Prop hunt. I fucking murked you in prop hunt easily.
No, you did not.
You were fucking moving in front of me.
That doesn't make you good.
I killed you more than anyone else killed you.
Yeah, and I killed you more times than you killed me.
I feel like you just pulled that out of your ass. There's no way you know that.
I have the footage if you want me to run a fucking tally. I will.
Yes.
Okay,
Not now,
you know
but
what?
yes.
Yeah. No, we'll do it now. We have like 3 hours of footage to go through. No, but I suck at. I don't deal well with time trials. Like, I'll outpace everyone, but if I'm like racing against, I don't know, like get this gold medal for beating this time or the silver medal for beating this other time, I'm probably gonna get silver. I'm probably gonna get bronze. I feel like sometimes getting gold medal and like I don't know, in like particularly racing games, but other games where speed is the name of the game, I'm not fast.
No, I'm not either. Like, I was playing early build from one of my dev buddies of a racing game he had, and oh man, I was very good at overheating my car till it exploded, running off the track, and missing all of the speed bumps. It's like
I will test.
Oh. Did he just die? Oh,
you
Did I
froze.
just die?
You
I'm back.
froze.
Hi, I'm here.
yeah, you're back. You're good.
Okay, cool. I was just doing an impersonation of Kayla. I was being like, "Oh, I'll test all of your games that isn't the key content."
Fuck off, man. No, that was the key content of the game. It was a racing game. It just sucked at
The
it.
key content is crashing. That's why people watch NASCAR. They don't care if people turn left. They just care if people catch fire.
God
that was a
I'm
little
not sure
far.
my father would agree with you on that one, but
Tell me he's not excited if someone catches fire. He's not going to be bored.
he's gonna be sad.
Well, I mean, like, but he won't be bored.
I don't understand NASCAR at all. I
They,
don't
they just
understand
they
it.
just turn left.
My dad watched when Dale Earnhardt Sr. crashed and burned and died. So
Oh, that
no,
sucks. That sucks.
Ugh.
you know what?
Rip.
You know who it really sucked for, Jake? His
Probably the
son,
dude that
who was
actually
also
died.
racing on the track
Oh,
with
that
his
too.
dad.
That would suck too. Yeah.
That got really dark.
Why did you
Holy
bring
shit.
it there, Kayla?
Hey, you were the one talking
What the
about, oh,
fuck?
it's fun when the cars catch fire. So
I was
fuck yourself.
making a fake reference to fucking Ricky Bobby and shit, and you over there like, hey, people like they died doing that.
I don't know Ricky Bobby. No,
I don't either. I'll take the L on this too. I'll take the L on it.
Swear to God. But yeah, racing games can't do.
Jake, I like keeping my brain matter in my head and not leaking out of my ears.
Well,
Actually, we all can relate on that with the car not being good at racing games. I'm also fucking dog shit at it.
well, social deduction, puzzle games like Phasmophobia, racing, FPSs. Jaden, I'm beginning to wonder what you are good at.
I'm good at
Kayla's
being
losing her
awesome.
shit.
All right, I'm good at everything but what you just said. Okay, you're just focusing on the negatives.
I just need 4 or 5 game genres of this day and age.
We need to run some fucking Pavlov VR, and I'll show you how good I am with awesome, cool things.
Pavlov VR, great. What a claim
That
to
game
fame.
That game is fucking great.
Yeah, you're one of the front runners for competing in the esports of Pavlov VR.
Dude, I'm actually not that good at that game, but I'm good at
Okay,
reloading
I'm
the
good.
guns fast.
I'm gonna stop roasting you, Jaden. I'm sorry. I'm sure you're good at something. We'll figure it out.
I'm good at Halo Infinite SWAT or Tactical Slayer, fucking whatever.
All right. We should
Jaden
probably
is
move
a-
on.
You give me some weeds and have me play Halo Infinite, I can go
Jaden is a
crazy.
Peggle pro. Yeah, Jaden's gonna Peggle.
Peggle. I was fucking great at Peggle actually on the 360. Oh my god, I had the demo of that game and I was
Dude,
great.
I'm a tic-tac-toe god.
If you give me a simple task, I'll do it for you moderately well.
See, you called it. Yes, you did, Grimchi. You called it, my man. Anything else not good at shit? Video games? Any particular
I'm
point of
gonna
video?
stand with I'm good at every video game.
Yes. So something I'm not good at, particularly in the realm of like RPGs and especially MMORPGs, is playing a support role that does any sort of support outside of healing. Great at recovering health. Horrible at my application of giving party buffs and such.
Going on that, I'm terrible at tanking and I'm terrible at heals.
Oh, tanking is my shit. Tanking is.
I'm a DPSer all the way.
Listen, Kayla. I wrote a 3-step guide as to how to be the world's most effective tank, and it's very short. Hear me out. Step 1: throw yourself at the enemy. Step 2: make them really, really mad at you. Step 3: survive and repeat.
Yeah, no.
There you go.
I'm not. I have to be the person that
Does
sneaks in and
pissing
does
off
the
your own
damage.
teammates count?
Do what?
I said, does pissing off your own teammates count?
No. Well, I mean, you're thinking something at that point. Kayla, I had no idea you were a stealthy type.
I
figured you're the more like destructive, meteor shower, fucking turn the battlefield into a parking lot type.
Well, no, I'm a close combat gal, especially in something like SWTOR. Marauder's my class. Marauder Sentinel, that's my class. But
I thought you were a bounty hunter main like myself. Come on, you did the train.
I will play bounty hunter when I feel the need to cut heads off.
Fair. Wait. Does that make sense?
It does make sense.
Bounty hunters shoot or flamethrower things if you want to cut
Opening
heads
missions
off.
of the bounty hunter storyline.
That's right. Hey, you want to meet your husband? Here you go.
I'm there for the story, not so much for the combat.
Pissing off your own teammates is still drawing aggro. I guess it counts. Jaden's right.
I mean, in Skyrim, yeah, I'll stealth all the day long. I would be the stealth. In D&D, my favorite class is rogue. So.
But you said Sentinel or Marauder, right? In
yeah, those are not stealthy classes.
Yeah, no, that's straight up
dual wheels.
machine. Yeah.
I know, but that's SWTOR. That's different.
Yeah.
I don't really like being the invisible people in SWTOR.
Yeah, no.
I will do sniper. I'll do agent sniper, and that's about as close to stealth as I get.
Yep. Same. I can't deal with stealth. It's just fucking boring to me. It's like, okay, so I'm guaranteed to have initiative in any sort of combat engagement. That is fucking boring. I want to be shot at first. Damn it.
Well,
I want to make people regret shooting me.
It really depends. Like in D&D, if you're playing rogue, it's actually to your advantage to be ahead of your enemies in initiative because.
Well, yeah. But you know what I mean, like like a PvP engagement. I don't want to be the first to hit.
Well, I don't do PvP, so.
Like I want to know how hard is this gonna hurt, and I want to get a quick idea of whether or not I'm fucked and should run away, or if I should just open up an attack.
Or you could just be Kirito and never run away because you never have to.
Not that tanky. Well, no, I am that tanky. I'm not that killy. I can't kill things fast enough.
It's not that he kills things fast enough. I mean, I'm referring to when he was hunted by the one of those sus guilds, and they kept trying to attack him, and they wouldn't do his he would heal faster than they could do damage.
I remember that scene.
Mm-hmm.
They referenced that scene in the abridged, and it was fucking dude turned into a fucking psychopath.
Well, I mean, it's Kirito. He kind of is a psychopath.
Well, I mean, they completely exaggerated it, and it was the most brilliant thing I've ever seen. I feel bad for Jaden. He doesn't know half of what we're talking about this podcast. It's the Jake and Kayla podcast featuring Jaden.
Oh my god. Sorry, Jaden.
When you said Kirito,
I'm just excited because I haven't talked to Kayla since last
Sword Art Online.
Okay, so that was what I was thinking of. I didn't know. I thought we were still talking about Star Wars or some shit. I was like, wait, what? Yeah, no, I did. I watched Sword Art Online until I
Jed,
watched
we gotta
the
get you into Star Wars, not the Old Republic, but
I
Star
watched the
Wars.
first up until the second season of Alicization because it didn't have the dub at the time. I don't know if it does now or not, but
It probably does.
I've only seen the abridged. I haven't actually sat down and watched the show.
First season's
You
good,
should
second
sit down
season's
and watch the show.
third season's good.
Well, I mean, the first season has the original concept, and it's great because Alfheim is not super strong. Gun Gale gets a little better, but
I was okay with Gun Gale, but
the original Aincrad arc is by far the strongest.
Excuse me.
the whole thing with like
Let's continue with the discussion.
the whole thing with like his like sister on season 2 was kind of like a little weird, but like,
Let's not
we
talk
not
about
talk
that
anymore?
because that was just fucking weird.
Yeah, it was very. I don't understand why they
y'all
went
seen
that
that guy
route,
who he does these like fake interviews or whatever, and he always acts super eccentric and weird in these interviews.
Give us a name.
I wish I could remember his name, but he was in one of these fake interviews that he set up. He's walking out of a Code Lyoko was the original Sword Art. Yes. And Code Lyoko was my shit. I loved that show when I was a wee lad. Or I guess a weeer lad. I'm still wee.
Well, then you should watch SAO, Jake.
I should. No, it's on my list, but like I said earlier, I don't really go out of my way to watch anime anymore.
I mean, we
really
could always host a
watch
watch party in Discord at some point.
I guess so, but I mean, like, then Phil would never shut up, and then I would have to hear Phil like 50% of the time saying "wood tap," and then
I am okay with this. I'm okay with this. I'll join him.
He'll behave, Jake. I promise.
Listen,
I won't.
I'll make sure he behaves.
Yeah,
Is
we've
that
seen how
you
well
saying
that
it as
works.
his husband?
Yes.
Or are you not relying on his girlfriend to be able to make him behave?
Listen, what I'm suggesting is that I don't want to praise it like that. We flank him and
That it's the harem's responsibility as a group.
Yes.
To keep Phil in line.
Jaden will tell you when you're older.
I'm not like 5 years old, man. I have a longer beard than you now. No, you guys don't deserve my time.
I can't. Oh my god, I'm gonna die. He's going. Oh, my stomach.
Today that hurts. Jaden, come back.
Jaden, we love you. Come back. I baked you a muffin.
You know what this reminds me of, Jake?
Yeah.
Have you ever seen the Game Grumps playthrough of Sonic 06?
Yes.
I already come back.
No, there's gonna be a line in the sand somewhere, dude.
No, done. Fucking done. Yes. I'm alive.
Jaden. Oh shit.
Try a fucking line in the sand. We'll look inside and ask ourselves, what's put up with today?
Not fucking this. Oh, he's back.
This time I actually had stuff that I could go do, so win-win.
Welcome back, child. I'm Jaden.
Back. Hey, I will leave again. I have more things I can do.
Okay, leave. Fuck. See if I give a shit. Next topic, Star Wars.
Off stream.
What? Fuck.
Oh no! Next topic: Star Wars.
Right. Best and worst fictional worlds to live in, for any reason whatsoever. And we could spark heated debate over this one. I think there may be one looming over the horizon. And Kayla's looking at me like she's ready to kill me.
What are you talking about? Looming over the horizon.
Yeah, it's already here.
Oh, jeez.
I think one of the worst worlds to live in, one of the worst video game fictional worlds to live in. Y'all let me know too. Give me some ideas because I wanna show these two up. Shit, they heard me say that. Fuck. The world of The Witcher. There's disease and famine everywhere, monsters around every corner, in every shadow, nook and cranny, in the ground, in the sky, under bridges.
In your house today. The clapper.
Yes, in your house.
I'm sorry, I had to. Yeah, I could actually. One that not game, but
horrible place to live.
But being a civilian in this world would be horrible. The world of One Punch Man. Horrible. Being a civilian
One Punch
there.
Man in a video game, Jaden?
You said a fictional world. That is a fictional world.
We're talking video games, and technically this is also a video game, so it counts. But Einkrad. Because there are video games there are SAO video games, so Einkrad would be one that you would not want to be in.
Okay. You all got big brain answers here.
Dead Space, 100% horrible.
Bioshock.
If you're in that area, yeah. Bioshock, yes, absolutely.
Especially Rapture.
Yes.
I mean, because Columbia, we three would do all right in Columbia, sadly, but.
I know I keep going back to this, but
don't say Resident Evil.
Anywhere in the later Resident Evil games. I'm never gonna let it go. I swear to you guys keep bringing up Star Wars. I'm bringing up fucking Resident Evil. I don't care.
We're no strangers to love. You know the rules, and so do I. A full commitment's what I'm thinking of, and you wouldn't get this from any other guy.
If Phil were here, he would drag this on for like the next 30 minutes. Bad.
No, that's why he's doing it, to respect that Phil isn't here.
Phil's not here, so I have to sing something, and all I know is Rick Astley's never gonna give you up.
Jesus God. I mean, another bad place would be Wellington Wells. We Happy Few.
Nice.
Call of Duty Zombies. You'd be doomed.
I mean, come on, that goes without saying, Jaden.
It's a valid universe.
Jaden's sayings. Yes. It's a show all about Jaden's messed up words. Every time he messed up speaking is Jaden's
There could be an entire TV show on me messing up my words, yes.
With occasional commercial breaks featuring Phil singing.
Did I mess up one of my words just a second ago? I didn't even catch that. Oh, okay. No, but like Call of Duty Zombies, bad. Everyone's dead pretty much, unless you're a main character, which
bad ones to live in would be Night City, Cyberpunk 2077.
Yeah, for
be a horrible place to live if you're
Grimshy called that one earlier.
Yep. League of Legends. I'm afraid I don't understand enough about League of Legends to get it. And Borderlands, yes. Each day is a new opportunity to be jumped and killed, if you're lucky, by bandits.
I mean, if we're going that route, Fallout.
Fallout would be a horrible place to live.
Death Stranding.
I'm struggling to think. Yes.
The
God,
Uno world. If you're stuck in the Uno world,
Jaden, I'm not even mad at you. I'm just disappointed, dude.
You can be disappointed. You just know that I one-upped your Witcher thing. What's worse than being stuck with monsters? Being stuck with monsters playing Uno with them.
I hate you, Jaden. Why do I talk to you again?
I mean,
League
if
of
we're
Legends,
going most recent God of War, pretty much any of the 9 realms, except for Midgard's probably the most tolerable of them.
Probably for the same reasons that The Witcher is. You don't want to be there.
Well, Midgard's fine, but it's like you go to Muspelheim and it's super hot.
Yeah.
You know, you go to I think it's Niflheim and there's basically like noxious gas all around. Alfheim is pretty much in the middle of perpetual civil war between the light and dark elves.
Yep. The lower echelons of Nar Shaddaa from Star Wars.
I mean, Nar Shaddaa in general, let's be honest.
I get it. Okay, yeah, sure, fine, fair enough.
If you're going to go lower echelons of any planet, it's going to be Terrace.
Terrace, yes.
Because the upper city is where all the nice, fancy people live. Then you get to the lower city where you have the gangs. And then you have the undercity where you have the rat ghouls.
Which,
Ooh.
yeah, you don't want to deal with the rat. Jaden, you don't know what rat ghouls are, but rat ghouls are...
They're bad.
Bad. Okay.
They're basically, okay, it's like they're zombies, except worse.
Oh, wow.
Most of them, super muscly. Some of them...
So, like, Hills Have Eyes, zombie hybrid.
Well, I mean,
there's also a cure for the rat ghoul plague, but it's tricky to get.
Tyria from Guild Wars 1 more specifically, yes.
Ooh, I got a good one. Being a civilian in any of the GTA games.
Yeah.
You're pretty much doomed at the start.
League is broken up in many nations and each is riddled with poverty, plus the threat of the undead or the demonic forces of the dark and randomly showing up to slaughter a whole continent. Sounds bad. Sounds like a horrible place to live. But what about good places to live? Let's get out this depressing topic and go to the positive side of this coin. Away from the tails and to the head. Phrasing, I know.
I'd be okay with being in a Minecraft realm for a little bit, but not forever. That would kind of get boring. But
not at night.
Or you know,
skeletons are walking around. I'm not done with that.
Or you know, a Sims world.
Or what?
Sims.
Yep.
Fucking.
This is a good place to live.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. Well, I guess so long as you're among the Jedi, then Tython Star Wars. I'm gonna keep going with Star Wars.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Tython in general because it's just so untouched.
Lion's Arch, Guild Wars 1. A beautiful place to visit if you haven't seen if you're curious enough, look up screenshots of the location. It's a wonderful looking place. You know, there's trade, commerce, relatively little crime.
I'm trying to think of games that like don't involve dying over and over again and have like complex stuff to it.
Complex stuff to it.
Like a game that doesn't involve like dark shit. That's good.
Well, it's hard to follow. Well, I mean, fine. I'm gonna choose any location from Hello Kitty Adventure Island.
Because then you're big chillin'. Honestly, okay. I'm gonna say this.
No danger.
Some people might say
Valley.
Some people might agree. Valley, yeah, that would be pretty good. Some people might agree. Some people might disagree. I feel like the world of Genshin would be a really beautiful place to live if everyone wasn't just an AI. You know.
Hmm.
Well, also, like, what sort of dangers are presented in the day-to-day life of your common dude, or...
Yeah, you're big chillin', bro. Nobody fucking... I mean, I guess... You wouldn't... I doubt you'd get murked by some random person.
A horrible place I forgot to mention? It would be kind of risky to live in? I forgot. Any location from Ruby.
From the... Wait, like the show?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Not a whole, like, relatively speaking, not a whole lot of safe places.
Well, no, that's not true, because that's what the kingdoms are. They're meant to be safe places.
Well, yeah, but, like, relative to the rest of the freaking everywhere else?
Well, yeah, well, that's because, at least within the kingdoms, there's enough positive energy to kind of mask any bad stuff that attracts the Grim.
Well, until I show up and I'm super mad at something. Like
it's not until you show up, Jake.
I doom a city by stubbing my toe on a table.
Robin. How you doing? How's your day going?
It's not you. It's Cinder, because that's what happens to Beacon.
Well, yeah, I remember that, but I'm just saying I'm mad.
I mean, but
it doesn't matter where you put it.
When are you not?
Depends. Are you a civilian? Or are you a huntsman? Because if you're a huntsman, then it's really not that big an issue.
Kayla, do you seem like the kind of man with the cojones to be a huntsman?
You really want me to answer that on podcast?
Hold on, no. Does that pay well?
I mean, in some ways, it's basically bounty work.
Should I do it?
I mean, honestly, that's pretty much what it is. Unless, like, you know, I mean, depending on your kingdom, because if you're an Atlas, then technically, by being a huntsman, you're enlisted.
Well, I mean, like, there's a matter of prestige. There's a matter of, you know, money. There's a matter of prestige, but there's also like the matter of like, I don't know. I probably wouldn't. No, not a chance. Jaden, you got any answers?
Lego Harry Potter.
Oh my god.
You're done.
That would be fire. What the fuck do you mean? Come on.
Even with plenty of like ahead of time, like thinking about this question, I have almost nothing for like good places to be.
Well, I think that's kind of the point, though, is that all these places are meant to be bad places that you try to get out of, or
Yeah, you try to make better. Oh, fucking no shit. Post Ganon being defeated, fucking Hyrule. Hyrule would be awesome. Dude, good place to live. Just hang out in any village, and then people be like, "What's up, dude?" And I'd be like, "What's up, dude?"
I mean, one could also argue Skyrim once Alduin is defeated, or once the Empire is driven back.
Yes, Skyrim belongs to the
to the Nords.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I ran out of breath.
So basically, once the Empire is driven back and Alduin is handled, you could say Skyrim.
Skyrim's a great place. I mean, like, what danger is there? Ooh, I get cold every so often. Just light a fucking fire. You're good.
Oh no, bandits. Oh no, thieves killed.
Ooh.
Oh no, the Brotherhood.
You're making it sound worse. I regret this answer. What's even my answers?
Bad place to live? Dark Souls.
Yes. Or living anywhere in Nightfall. Christ alive. Does anybody know about Nightfall? Because I don't.
I don't know about Nightfall.
Nope.
It sounds familiar, but...
Oh, Grimshy, we're drawing blanks here on Nightfall.
I'm gonna search it up. Hold up.
I mean, if we're, another bad place would be Dathomir, unless you are a Night Sister or a Night Brother. Dathomir is not the place for you.
Yep.
It's
not. You can't find a single friendly living entity on Dathomir. Even the trees want you dead. Like, they can't do it, but I feel like that even the trees would want you gone.
It's just kind of the amount of Dark Force energy on Dathomir is just not even funny. And
yeah, no,
especially
that planet stinks.
Especially like JFO after Grievous's siege, and he's wiped out so much of the Dathomir, of the Night Sister clans. It's like you don't want to be here.
Yeah, no, not a good place. Tatooine also horrible. I feel like Coruscant wouldn't be that bad.
I mean, Coruscant has the same problems that any massive metropolis has. It just is more polished.
Oh yeah, but like if I'm in trouble, I can call for help, and there's like almost no chance I will not be hurt.
I mean, yeah, but again, the lower down you go, the less likely that help is actually.
How far down do you think I am?
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying like. Clone Wars Season 7 actually explores it because Ahsoka ends up in the lower levels.
Yes, I remember that.
Jake, you can never hate on me for fucking bringing up Resident Evil ever again, all right? We're on Star Wars again! Again! And you keep giving me shit for Resident Evil and Halo and Guitar Hero? At least there's three different games that are going around in circles.
Okay, all right.
Jaden's got some big dark side energy.
Kayla, you're chilling. You're chilling. I'm on Jake because Jake gave me shit for it, not you. You're good.
You want another?
Jake.
We need the podcast argument. At least one argument per podcast.
You want another bad place, Jake?
Yeah, let's go.
Wallachia.
I don't think I could top that.
I don't know what that is.
I don't think I could top that.
Castlevania.
So for the same reason I listed off The Witcher, but possibly more dangerous.
Because you don't fuck with Vlad Dracula, Tepet.
You don't. No.
You don't.
Jay, have you seen the animated Castlevania?
No, I have not.
It also works perfectly because it is a video game. It's a video game entity.
Yeah, it started out as a game, didn't it? Or a book?
Oh yeah, huge series of games.
Yeah. 'Cause I
Games.
was aware of the games. I just didn't know if the games came from anything or.
No, the games inspired the anime.
Nice. No, listen, I think it's a stretch to call it an anime, but it's definitely a good show. I think it would be like it suffices as an honorary anime, a lot like Avatar.
It's a Western anime. Is what it is.
Honorary then.
Well, Ruby's also considered Western anime, so.
I think Ruby's definitely anime.
But yeah, no, it's Castlevania is based off
Robin,
of
you're making me so
Castlevania the show is based
hungry.
off of like specifically I think it's like Symphony of the Night and one other game. Because there's like 6 or 7 different Castlevania games. Plus they're making a spin-off now that will incorporate some of the later games.
When Jaden unmutes, I want us to be talking about Star Wars again.
I'm here.
Oh, hi.
I mute every once in a while so I can talk to my chat without interrupting. But yeah, I haven't. Okay, so like the reason I haven't seen Castlevania or played like whatever. Yeah, I didn't. I've never really cared for like just vampire stuff. Kind of, I don't know. It's just like, I just recently got into D-Dubs got me into watching Hellsing, and I watched all of that, or Hellsing Ultimate, and I thought that was pretty badass. So if it's anything like that, then like I'm definitely gonna have to give it a try.
I would recommend watching it because it's not so much the focus. It's not focused so much on like Dracula itself. It's focused on the people who are going to kill Dracula.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So it's like on the good people side.
Yeah, very much so, yes.
Yes. Not that the way that they paint Dracula though, it's not that he's a bad guy, it's that
it's tragic.
Shit happened. It's tragic.
It's very tragic and I love it so much.
Tragic.
The man is an absolute legend.
Great.
They paint him more as the tragic, the tragic gothic figure as that who becomes the villain because of what happens, which is great. Instead of him being outright evil, because I don't think anywhere is he outright evil.
I'm so fucking hungry.
No, I don't think he is at any point. At least you understand where he's coming from. If something does on the face appear to be,
I mean, evil. At most, I think the closest portrayal I've seen of Dracula coming to outright evil is Penny Dreadful, but that's different.
Very different. Anyway, next topic. Woo! Our best arcade experiences. Oh, I'm excited for this. I'm excited for this.
Can I? Is it cool if I go first? Yeah. Okay.
Go ahead. Awesome. I got nothing, so you two can.
It was actually recently.
Kayla, have you ever been to an arcade?
I've been to arcades. That doesn't mean that. Okay, the closest I've been to an arcade is Dave & Buster's. We'll put it that way.
My experience was at Dave & Buster's. It was at Dave & Buster's, and it was recently. My friend that you guys may or may not have heard of, D-Dubs, he came over. Him and his girlfriend came over for mine and his girlfriend's birthdays because they're like really close to each other. And we went to Dave & Buster's, and we had a shit ton of money on this card. And we played. Whatever. Actually, no, you're not allowed to give me shit for this, Jake. We played the Halo, the arcade machine where you're on the turrets or whatever, and we beat the entire thing from start to finish. But we died a shit ton. There was a lot of money put into it. There was no way to, and I have a fucking poopy Samsung phone.
So do I. I still film
If I brought my GoPro, I would have, but I didn't know ahead of time that we were gonna beat it. There was multiple times where I'm like, guys, we're spending a lot of money on this. Are you sure you want to keep going? And then he's like, fucking take this, get back in. And then, yeah. And then also I did really good on Guitar Hero the same day. The Guitar Hero machine. Fucking loved it. The first Guitar Hero machine that I played on that didn't have calibration lag on it. Fucking amazing.
Nice.
Synced up perfectly.
Now, my best experience is when I set aside like a $200 budget for my wife and I to just up and go one day, and we just decided we had some money. I'm like, let's have some fun, and she's like, "What's up?" And I'm like, "Got an arcade nearby," and she's like, "Fuck yeah!" We went up to the Citadel Mall in Springs, and we went to the arcade there. Whole lot of retro style games. There was air hockey, and there was games where you sit down and fucking do racing and shit, and we had so much fun. And of course, I got a stuffed animal and all that good shit. It was it was like an impromptu date. We went and had Subway. It was fucking delicious.
God damn it! Everyone keeps bringing up food, and I'm fucking so hungry right now. I'm gonna make the best ramen ever. Actually, not really.
Shaden, just get some damn food in you. Cool.
I have to cook something, and I need to do that after the podcast.
Shaden, would you like for me to send you one or two of my recipes?
Sure. I don't know how to cook like actual shit at all. I was just thinking about getting some ramen, throwing the chicken flavor in that shit, and some Valentina sauce, because Valentina sauce is the best hot sauce known to man.
Am I the only person who knows how to cook an Impulse? Actually,
I
Kayla,
cook.
I just remembered I didn't actually like investigate your culinary capabilities.
I do know how to cook.
Oh, really? Nice.
And I enjoy baking. The food kind of baking, not the weed kind of baking.
Yeah, no, we know you're.
I like the weed kind of baking.
We can't say that.
Wait, what? I don't do. I mean, I like the vaping. Can I say that?
Yeah, no, I
don't do drugs. Drugs are bad.
I enjoy making cakes. I do.
Nice.
Like I love making pies and tarts and stuff. And yes, I can cook. I know how to grill and I know how to cook.
I think you had mentioned your baking before. I feel bad about forgetting about that now, but that's badass.
I'm a little out of practice because I don't really have anything down here that I can, cook with. And I don't really
go shopping and grab yourself, I don't know, something to throw on the grill.
Well, then I have to be nitpicked at for how I clean it.
Yeah, well, they'll get over it, whoever they is.
No, she doesn't get over it. She doesn't get over it.
Never mind then. Grab something to bake then.
I'm like, again,
pick up some flour.
Yeah, I know how to bake, and I have flour in a box, like in one of my boxes. But, I mean, I have to go to somebody else's house to do that. Like, so, like last week, a couple weeks ago, I did bake chocolate cake at a friend's house. But
nice. I want to bake some brownies now. Sober brownies.
I mean, I've toyed with the idea of getting like a hot plate.
I'm a drinker before I'm a smoker. I'm from Colorado, I can say that. Right. Before we got into food, what was it? Oh, right, arcade experiences. Yes, my wife and I, we did a bunch of retro gaming, or at least games that were presented in retro fashion. At the arcade, we played some air hockey, and she kicked my ass at that. We of course also did some DDR, and we ended up sweating. I saw the footage of her playing DDR when I was taking a little break because my smoker lungs couldn't keep up. It was really cool, and we got Subway afterwards, and then we picked up a couple sodas and just hung out in the food court. This is supposed to be an arcade experiences, but like this is just ends up being me talking about like an awesome date I went on.
I'll get water in a second. And also, I did see the thing about.
We had a lot of fun, and I had fun too, especially at the racing game because I actually wasn't too bad at that.
Oh yeah, I'm glad that it went awesome.
And my wife just kept hitting everything, and I'm like, check out this score. And she looked sad. She was like, oh.
When we were like, so that was, yeah, get shit on.
So cool. We're making great time. 2 hours and almost 2.5 hours in, which is relatively normal for us. And we only have two activities left, which is figuring out the random shit I've written down. Not quite sure why. And then the exit question, which I'll keep till the end. And of course, y'all can go ahead and give me y'all's interpretation of the random shit I've written down. And I will go ahead and read them off one item at a time. And I alluded to one at the beginning of the podcast, and I'll expose the other three shortly after. So the first random thing I've written down is roses are red, violets are blue. I can't poem, so here's a microwave.
You can never go wrong with having a microwave. All I have to say.
Actually, it made me think, well, maybe you just suck at Valentine's, so you got your wife a microwave.
Microwaves are awesome. Come on.
That would be the best Valentine's Day gift ever. I think
it's like almost like 60s or 70s-esque husband level gifting.
Ooh, yeah, I didn't think about that. Yeah, maybe let's not do that. Inferring
that your partner is hot, radiating even,
I feel like that's a stretch.
Yeah, that's a stretch, Grimshy, but that sounds like the type of stretch I would go for. Saucy. The next item is saucy sauce is the best.
Saucy
The only
sauce.
thing I can think about is our discussion about McDonald's earlier in the secret sauce. So I don't know.
Sauce is pretty fucking up there. Not gonna lie.
That was probably the most generic response you could have ever given, Jaden, and I'm.
I don't know what to say. Okay, saucy sauce is pretty good. Yeah, sure.
It's the best, Jaden.
What flavor is the saucy sauce, huh?
Yes.
Okay, I can't. Yeah, that would answer why it is the best.
I don't think anyone can figure this out. I can't figure this out. I'm just like, I need something. What?
I mean, nobody said you had to come up with random shit for the end of the podcast, but
I don't know what just do.
Besides me, you need to make more. I want 10 random things next time. No,
like
I'm kidding.
Oh my god.
Will do. Let me write that down.
Oh my god, it's actually happening now. Sweet.
Okay.
And one of them has
item,
to be. Oh wait.
The next item on the list is
referencing back to Phasmophobia when I was behind that door getting murdered by a baby.
Are you just screaming internally, Jake?
Yes, and it is not
There's
never
something you
ending.
need to tell us.
It's never ending scream. Just one long
Me when I stubbed my toe.
And the last random item I've written down is a bit of a callback to an era of special cringe with RAR XD.
No comment.
RAR XD.
I want to have nothing to do with it.
Jesus Christ, Kayla, no, don't.
I can't believe you typed that. You know,
Kayla,
that phrase is worse than ooh.
Kayla, we need to have a talk.
Rar.
Ah! Oh, pain! I hate it. I hate it.
I love you in dinosaur.
You know what it makes me think of, Jake?
Yeah.
I have a big head and little arms. I wasn't well thought out.
Yes, Kayla, I missed you so much. Please never miss another podcast.
What with the Disney references?
Yes. Yes. Grimshy is saying, yes. When you are in PvP and run into a dragon hunter, yes. Why do punks wear camouflage at metal shows? Because they don't want to be seen. SCENE.
Oh my fucking god, dude.
Can somebody... I need a moderator to ban Grimshy.
I mean...
I'm burning them as we speak.
Moderator.
Are you sure you want that to happen?
No, please don't. Grimshy's cool. Just that joke is not.
Let's see how long it takes until I run up my lighter out of fluid.
Of all the things that are not okay, that was okay the not most.
Okay.
Wait, maybe Mod and I can do it. No. So
all
we
right,
got
so what's next?
The last item on this list. What game have we spent the most hours on? And what were we focused on that built those hours up?
Do I need to even answer? Actually, yeah, I do. Minecraft. 100% Minecraft. 100% Minecraft.
And you were mining or building. There's nothing to do in that game other than that.
I was a child when that game came out. You have no idea how many hours I've wasted on that fucking game, and I still don't know how to build a proper house.
My most hours is in Dota 2. Vapor Meme. How many hours if you have that tracked?
Or Guitar Hero.
I want to know. Kayla, your response to the question was Sator?
Sims 4.
Sims 4. Sims 4. Why Sims 4? That game's not that good.
That's the most recent one.
Nearly 2,000
Sims 4 was pretty good.
Damn.
I have nearly 3,500 hours logged in it. Last I checked.
3,500.
Mm-hmm. Character customization and house building.
A lot of time.
I don't even
Oh,
know
yeah.
what my Minecraft hours would be.
I
'cause
don't
it's-
even want to think about how much money I've spent on Sims 4 either. I got to talk to one of the guys who helped, build some of the expansions, and I sat there. It's like, yeah, I know
Yep.
exactly what you're talking about.
We got Grimchi with Borderlands, League of Legends, which he regrets, Guild Wars 1 and 2, which he doesn't regret, and Binding of Isaac. All understandable.
Ooh.
All very understandable. Also, Binding of Isaac, Jaden, we got to figure out how to. We got to play that
Mhm.
sometime. It's like
We
a
gotta.
one-off.
What we can do is have one of. Actually, dude, we could totally like switch off like every time we do a stream on that, back and forth for like who is controlling it, since it's not like a game that involves like going through like a full out flat like flesh story and stuff. You know.
Yep.
Just
It'd be a
restarts
great
every
one-off.
time.
A great
I
one-off.
mean,
Um,
aside from that, yeah, Minecraft and probably Mass Effect would be on my high end.
my answer is very easy, flat out Skyrim.
Oh, or I could also remember to mention Civilization 5.
Yes, Civ 5. Oh, that's close. I don't know which one I spent more on. I said
Oh
more
man,
on.
Jake, we should have
I
we,
caught
sh-
that.
we should have a game.
Yeah.
Yes, we should. Kayla.
We should have a game of Civ.
Why you look so angry, Jake?
Dibs on Germany.
I don't touch Germany with a 10-foot pole, man.
Why not?
Because
They're like the best allies to have in times of war.
Japan, China, Egypt, or England.
England scares me.
Japan should scare you.
Japan does not scare me.
I mean, and if you're not
Wow.
even talking like military, then Egypt is like one of the best to go
Egypt
by
is
because
really good. Yes.
I enjoy playing as Egypt because I always go for like the scientific and culture victories. And
Oh,
Egypt
come on,
is,
play
like,
Korea
adventure
then.
for that.
It does itself. Or not, what was it? Fucking Babylon. Does
Mhm.
itself.
But again, so does Egypt because you can build wonders faster.
True.
Wonderproof. Oh, Jake,
True.
if you ever see how I play, you'll see exactly why I choose.
I have
Egypt.
only ever gone for military wins, domination victories.
My two tops are science and diplomatic.
Okay, I've done diplomatic. I've done diplomatic.
I know exactly what to do to get everybody on my side.
Mm-hmm. Until Gandhi goes crazy.
I have been lucky not to deal with Gandhi too much, and I'm typically not his first target. So while they're busy, I snap up all the city states.
Yep. Or just annex them.
Or you get so far ahead in terms of political or scientific power that they're left in the dust. Doesn't matter if they tried to declare war on you.
Really doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, house building. Yes, vapor meme. Built way too many houses. Should move into construction or real estate.
I mean,
Real estate
my
would be
mother wanted me
badass.
to be an architect with all of my Lego stuff.
Yep.
Small fire. Oh, no fire. This doesn't even work.
Jaden,
Aw.
chill out. Okay, so that concludes.
You're not the Human Torch, Jaden.
Yes, I am. Watch
You
me. No.
Oh, what is
that
cool for
wouldn't go very
Jane to
well.
joke about? You laugh at that, but I make it. I mentioned someone on fire, and I'm the devil or something. I'm kidding. No, jeez, Jaden, what
Huh?
did we talk about? Yawning in content.
I'm sorry. I'm trying to save my G Fuel for tonight because I'm going to go on a fucking editing frenzy, all right?
Listen, Jaden, are you bored?
Yeah, I'm bored of your shit. Bored to entertain. That's what I am.
that should have been your first answer.
Yeah.
That was pretty good.
Accurately
All right.
speaking, yes.
Right. So that concludes our 8th podcast. I can't believe it. 2 months of podcasting.
Hey. Fuck yeah.
Hell yeah. Hopefully y'all enjoyed this. It's been an art that we've refined over the course of the last 2 months. Granted, it's been only the 8 days collectively, but so we're going about 2.5 hours each podcast ish minimum, which means okay, you got 2.5.
20.
We've got 20 hours of just shooting the shit.
Yeah.
Do
Oh,
you know
that
how
didn't even catch on
difficult
Discord.
it is? It's
Damn it.
becoming to come up with different video game related topics.
Always have to be just video game related.
Dude, we speedran that shit.
Movies.
You what?
I'm about to move it to like nerdy movies and shit.
Yeah, pop culture. Just do pop culture. We can even talk about things like cons.
Yeah, we literally have pop culture as one of our tags, dude.
Well, you do. I don't.
Oh, you don't?
You should.
Oh shit.
I don't know if I put in something as a meme tag. Actually, let me review my tags. Let's see where I fucked up.
Yes, you did. Visual ASMR was your meme tag.
Yes,
Big
right.
brain.
Why are you questioning that? Have you not seen my face? Fucking got him.
Oh my god, dude.
The joke. Yes.
That one was a knee slapper. Ugh.
And with that, we're out.
I'm cringe.
Kayla,
We're all cringe.
Again.
What?
I will pay you to never do that again.
I am Big Frosty.
What, to mock
Signing
you?
off.
Yes. Okay, so this has been the Impulse Squared podcast featuring yours truly, invented by Kayla and Gypsy, and hosted by Board to Entertain and Yo Mama. No, I'm kidding. We've been doing this. We've been having incredible fun with this, and hopefully everyone else has as well. I'm kind of sad that we didn't get Phil this time because I wanted to argue with him and whatnot. Oh, I made the very end. I'm sorry, Gypsy. I'm sorry, Gypsy. We could have used you earlier for QA, but you weren't here.
Nothing will beat the argument from last week. I'm gonna say it now.
Don't bring it up.
And that's why I say that.
Well, you say that, but like I wanted to move on from that for like 3 or 4 different times.
It was so bad.
All right.
It was dumb. Anyway, don't miss when we go live. Exclamation point Discord. Never miss when we go live. I just said that. I don't know why I said it twice. And then we got exclamation point YouTube where we post all of the podcasts if you missed them, as well as all of our best content and some pre-recorded content coming out lately, and even more later on. So yeah, go ahead and check that stuff out. But more importantly, and stick around because this is important, is in the video description of every single video we've ever uploaded to our YouTube channel are links to 9 different charity programs, and each of them have been vetted by CharityWatch.org, scoring scores of 90 or above. What that means is that if you make a contribution, you're actually helping out the people that those charity foundations purport to support, instead of just giving money to some rich corporate bigwig or something. Yeah, what you said. I missed it. What'd you say?
Salvation Army.
Yeah, like the Salvation Army. Fuck the Salvation Army. Middle finger to them. I worked with them for about a month, and it sucked.
All right.
It absolutely sucked because I couldn't find work anywhere else.
I apologize for interrupting your spiel.
Yeah, no. Anyway, we also got I was also reached out to by someone who helps run StrikeTeam.org, and they are another charity foundation or a relief providing foundation meant to help out families who have lost their loved ones to suicide, namely those amongst our veteran community who have suffered for too long with PTSD, depression, and anxiety, and things of like-minded nature. And they are established to help out with the bills a little bit, bring the groceries home, to give those families time to mourn their loved ones before they get back up on their feet. So I love the work that StrikeTeam.org does. You can check them out at StrikeTeam.org, STRYKE team.org. One more time, that is STRYKE team.org. Go check them out. I love the work they do, and the dude is actually pretty cool himself. So big shout out to Greg. Thank you, Kayla.
You're welcome.
I love how quiet and respectful everyone gets when I go on the StrikeTeam.org business. Like, big shout out to Kayla and Board to Entertain here. Don't miss when Board to Entertain goes live. Show them some love. Twitch.tv/Board to Entertain. Board to Entertain on YouTube. Go ahead and check him out. He is the most underrated content creator of all time.
Why'd you
don't look at me like that? You know why I quote content creators. Like, what are you?
I make amazing content.
You do. No, I love Board to Entertain. He's pretty cool. He's badass. Look him up on YouTube. Once again, twitch.tv/Board to Entertain. Shut him out. And let him
Anyone
know
who's watching my stream, what he said, but in reverse.
Yep,
twitch.tv/Impulse Squared, all one word. Anyway, enough plugs. With that, I guess we're out. We're done. Make sure y'all stay awesome, stay safe, and I got to keep doing it because I get yelled at when I don't. Boom.
Boom.
Impulse.
Impulse. Got
Why does
it.
everyone try to do it in unison with me?
Because that's the point, man.
If we did it
Yeah.
as a team, there'll be like some Power Rangers level crit. Never mind. I regret.
It's already done.
I said
It's
before, I'm
already
gonna say it
done.
again. I regret doing that now.
No,
I
you
regret
never.
having ever done
No.
that because that was the
No.
fucking thing, and it's
It was epic, and you know it.
Okay, bye everyone.
goodbye. Love you.
Check the social links down below or in the about section. If you're watching this on YouTube, all of them will be in the description. The charities that Jake mentioned are also all of them that he was mentioning are either linked in the description or in the about sections. Wait, I don't know if I have them in my about section. I might, but I'm not 100%. There is some there is at least one charity link that I know for sure is in the about section. But if you want to support any of the other ones, they're in the description of every YouTube video now on the main channel and the second channel. So yeah, go check all those out, and be sure to check out Impulse Squared or No Shami, either or. Go check all the cool, awesome content because we're doing our best to make them all 10 out of 10 videos, you know. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Be sure to stay frosty.
Boom, Frosty.
Boom, frosty, yeah. Later, dudes.